Boys, it is time. We have been waiting a goddamn while for this one, let's be fully honest. The pre-season has been wrapped up and done. All of the hard yards have been put in to get the ball rolling. Wits good, wits popping, it is time. We're finally here. First game of this season. It's even more funny after how basically everything has kind of built up to this point. Rangers, obviously, I've just been reading the comments there, Thomas. You've had to spot on. Hilarious yesterday, you've got to admit. They somehow managed to bottle it to Motherwell. I mean, in fairness, Askell's got a really good system for Motherwell. They could genuinely be a dark horse for top six this season. But well in, honestly, fair play to them. But we're covering two very good teams, by the way, based on last season's form. St Mirren, obviously, very good, strong side, defensively inept at times, but when they do play well, they play fucking fantastic, good, clean, counter-attacking football. Celtic, we know what we're capable of, we know what's basically going to need to be done. We need to actually take chances. If it's one of those games where we have 35 shots and 7 on target, that's not a good sign, although based on the way that we've lined up, we should be good enough, although, like I said, there's maybe 1 or 2 changes that you might be surprised by, so we might as well just quickly run them up. We'll shout out the first few. How are you doing, Shito? Nice to see you, mate. Likewise with you, David. Hope you're doing well as well, mate. And of course, Armac as well, I'm on the Saints. Oh, actually, I have a Saints fan in here early. Nice to see you, lad. Hopefully your team does somewhat well today. Their best to make it as at least non-biased as possible, but that's as a Celtic fan channel, so you know how this kind of goes. But our lineup is pretty good. I'm sure you can take a little gander at it and see a couple of key faces in there that you might not be expecting, but a couple that you absolutely should. Tierney, obviously back at Celtic Park, and that means that he starts. It's a good thing to see, and that entire left-hand side is actually very strong when you look at it on paper. Obviously, Rio is a very good overarching midfielder. We know his capabilities. He's going to be solid in there. I like the fact we've got Nigrin playing off that right side as well. Very, very solid. And of course, our skipper in between. But I like Maeda running up that side. You're guaranteed very creative breaks of play down that left hand side. It's not so much the same on the right, but it's more practicality and simplicity that's done very well for Celtic, I would say. So again, I like both sides. Obviously, maybe you can make the case, should Forrest have started or not? It's up in the air, but Yang's the one that's got the nod for this one. And of course, the talk was who the striker would be. Would it be Yamada? Would it be Ida? It's going to be Ida to start this one, which is maybe the only point I would disagree with, because Yamada looked pretty okay actually in the few bits and bobs that we've seen in that friendly against Alaria. So you could make the case. Obviously, there's bench options too. But St Mirren's lineup is very, very good in their own rights. A couple of key faces that you might remember from last season, but I'm just impressed by the FC Taylor name. That just sounds like a non-league team. It's fantastic. I love that. But of course, there are a couple of key faces. Gogic obviously being one of their prime defenders over the last few seasons. Phillips and John, very solid players. Mandron, very good as well. And of course, Ado has actually kind of been the surprising one, at least from the clips that I've seen. He seems to be the one that can get a lot of quick crosses in, but he tends to hold very much into was kind of like the inside of the box, so to speak, so he's not really necessarily the crossing type for this type of game. I'd imagine that's why they have Taylor and Richardson playing in behind John and Ado, just to make sure that they have those extra kind of options there so they can hold up the ball, lay it off if necessary. But obviously, it's up in the air for what's going to happen. The boys are getting ready to come out and out. It's a packed stadium, as you would expect. Flag Day is always a good day, and of course it's even funnier when you consider some of the results. There have been other games that have been played today. I should just quickly run them down just in case you are curious about them, but there were a couple of key results. Obviously with that one, that's still ongoing, to be fair, so yeah, but 2-2 in the other game, for those that were curious. It was a pretty solid match, but the one that everybody was talking about was that one yesterday, because Motherwell had a good second half, like a really strong second half as well. So just move this into position, just so everything is in pristine mode. Hopefully you can hear me a little bit clearer when I do that as well, actually. But yeah, that game had a couple of interesting points. I mean, Motherwell could have honestly won the game. Obviously, anyone that's seen Martin's post-match press conference, he was not very pleased. He kind of just pinned it immediately on the players, which is hilarious considering the fact that it was his tactical changes that cost him the game rather than the players themselves. But I'm not even a Rangers fan. That fact that Dowell still gets minutes is incredible to me. He just looks very unreliable at best, to put it nicely. So yeah, that was definitely an interesting one. I was watching the tail end of that last night. with my bird on call. It was quite an interesting one, honestly. And again, today, I was watching this one too. I cannot say anything bad about Falkirk. They were genuinely very impressive today. It was nice to see them kind of come in and show what they can do. Obviously, Dundee United's a very strong side in their own right, so, you know, a 2-2 draw is neither a bad nor good result for either side. I think they'll both kind of just take it and move on. It's, you know, it is what it is. But it's nice to genuinely see just an actual good atmosphere. And I mean, Falkirk absolutely love that shit, man. They popped off. They did what they needed to do. So hopefully we can do the same today, because there is only one team that's technically put 3 points on the board so far if they hold up, and that is obviously the match that is ongoing right now between Hibs and Dundee. Of course, the first half was pretty interesting, but Dundee has literally managed one single shot at home, so that should tell you where their striker options are at right now. It's not very good. But, aye, Hibs are just kind of kicking on for where they need to. Anyone that was watching that fucking Champions League second leg, that qualifier, oh my god, I really felt bad for Hibs. It was a beautiful goal to concede against Midtjylland, but they will not be too happy at all. But like I said, this is the main one for us, so I might as well read out the lineups while we're kind of in the tunnels and waiting to come out. But for us, for those that are just in here, it's Schmeichel in between the sticks, as you would expect. Johnston and Tierney are our full-backs. Nice to see that, to our strongest starting. Scales and Carter Vickers make up the rest of the defence, with Negrin, McGregor and Hatate making up the midfield. And of course, our front three, although it may not be the more familiar one, it's certainly one that's worked before. Maeda on the left, Ida playing central, and of course Yang playing on the right. So you can imagine a lot of crosses, a lot of early balls, trying to at least force hold-up play from Ida, try and kind of put some pressure on Gogic and Tanser and the like, try and force them to make mistakes too. For St Mirren though, their lineup is as follows. They've got George in between the sticks with Gogic and, like I said, Fraser and King kind of playing in their back three, but it's more of a back five. You'll kind of see them drop in when necessary. So of course you've got Taylor and Richardson who will kind of do what's necessary. They'll just adjust kind of like a, you know, like a level lever or something of the sort. But O'Hara and Phillips are the kind of key midfielders. They're going to be the ones that anchor themselves in there, with Madron, John and Ado playing as their front three options. The flag's just about to get raised. I'd imagine a lot of people will be watching it on YouTube as well, because Celtic are doing the little flag day thing. So I think a few people will come in here a little bit later. How you doing, guys? Nice to see you, fella. How you doing? How you doing? I'm going to guess you weren't too pleased with yesterday's performance. And the boys are getting ready to come out, man. Tierney looks fired up. Maeda looks good to go. Straight faces, serious faces. There's McGregor with the title. I think it's time we get the ball rolling, boys. We'll get heading there soon. Of course, bench options, we might as well cover them just while they do the rest of this. A couple of key faces that you might see on the bench, like I said, Yamada, who could have started this one, but obviously didn't get the nod, likewise with Angels or Bernardo. But I like the fact that we've got a very good, actual decent amount of depth now. Trusty, very good option that we can bring on. McCowan, perfect. Obviously I think Yamada would be the preference, but Kenny's there just in case, which isn't a bad thing either. And again, Yamada can probably play on either side, so it's not too bad in that sense. And of course, Forrest and Ralston, it's always good just to have a couple of Scottish internationals and, more importantly, experience to cause some problems. There's Rogers, good to see you in it. How you doing? Looking nice to see you, fella. Hope you enjoy yourself, kid. You enjoy yourself? Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know if anyone watched the pre-season game against Allerley, but do you like the bits that you've seen from Yamada? Do you think he should have started this one? Because honestly, I genuinely thought he should have, in my personal opinion, anyway. Shite. I can imagine it's not been particularly too enjoyable for you, to be honest, man. Already lost the league after the first game. For us, we went back to the same shit we always played for the last 4 seasons. Yeah, no, I was confused, because in the first half he's genuinely looked alright. Like, I was like, okay, this is kind of exactly how it worked out against Panathinaikos. Like, cool, they're solid enough, maybe not, you know, free-flowing, but okay. But the second half was miserably bad. Honestly, you could have conceded about 3. I would say at least 3. I think Motherwell will be hard done by that. They only got the point, but as the boys lining up, we'll be ready to go relatively soon. How you doing, man? Nice to see you, brother. I'll be flag day and start of the new season. Likewise to you. I hope you are enjoying yourself as well, my guy. Likewise with you, James. Hail to you as well, mate. You just landed back in the UK for... Oh, hell yeah. From Ballamendena, sorry. I couldn't pronounce that there, from Spain. I fucking too, right, man. Hope it was enjoyable, lad. Spain at this time of year, though, Jesus. You're playing with fire. Right, well, they laid out the lineups. We might as well do it one last time for those that have just came in. How you's doing? Schmeichel in between the sticks. Tierney, Johnston, Carter Vickers and Scales. We love to see it. Rio, McGregor and Negrin are our midfield 3. And of course, I mean, I would love to see a goal for Nick in the day. A goal in your debut is always nice, especially in a domestic sense. And of course, Yank, Maeda and Ida starting as our front three as well. Hopefully Ida kicks on and gets a goal. He needs that confidence boost because even in pre-season he hasn't looked particularly convincing. However, the one thing I will say is that based on the way that we set up with the wings and stuff, I'd imagine he's going to get a lot of the inside kind of cut passes, especially back across the face of the box. So just be aware with the hold-up play. I like the fact that we've got the shape and set, and that should be good enough for St Mirren. However, their lineup's a little different, that kind of standard 3-4-3 that you usually see, but it's more or less like a 5-2-2, more or less, well, a 5-2-3, sorry, because you'll have Mandron drop in a little bit deeper, but George starts in between the sticks, Fraser, King, Gogic there, they're, you know, predominant centre-backs, I should say. Richardson and Taylor are on either side, left and right, and of course O'Hara and Phillips locking in that midfield with Adowu, John and of course Mandron starting as their front three. Let's hope we get something good, some bench options should we need them. You can take a little gander there, we covered them a few moments ago, but for those that are in here, hope you're enjoying yourself. 4-0, I think that's a good prediction. I'm going 3, I think we're good enough to get at least 1 or 2 goals in the first half and then just kind of trifle along in the second, or alternatively we have a really bad first and a great second. It's, you know, it's the Celtic way, I suppose, right? It's just woven into how we do things. I use all day though. You've seen the Man City playing at the Malaga airport? Hell yeah, that's class. Likewise with you, Chris. Hello to you as well, my guy. You're going to have to sit and watch your team fuck the season up. The saving grace is that it is the first game. You know. That's how I'd look it up. Wee minutes applause. Oh, I'm just hoping for a respectable performance. Nothing too fancy out the gate. You just want to see the fundamentals be done right, especially for the new boys that are in the lineup. Of course, Tierney, you know, familiar face and all that jazz, but you still want to see him kind of get up to speed. This isn't quite pre-season anymore, so you can't have too many mistakes. 28. I like St Mirren all that bad, to be fair. They might have lost 1 or 2 pieces, but they're still very much the side they were last season. Certainly capable of causing some problems, especially defensively, because they can frustrate. That's, you know, why I'm not hitting with the big hitters of 6 and 7-0, because if it was, you know, if it wasn't for the fact they had players like Gogic who are notoriously very good defensively, yeah, then I don't see it being as convincing as that, sadly. But hey, if it happens and you put a bet on for it, might as well be able to fucking buy the club on that money. You're thinking 5-0, guys? Well, a lot of people are in the same boat where they don't think St Mirren's going to score, which is a bit of an interesting one. I'll kind of be fully honest, but St Mirren will be the ones to get the ball rolling. So let's get that done. We'll give this a wee refresh as soon as we kick off, because Google will probably be within time. And hopefully a good game to be had. As long as there's a half-decent performance, then that's good enough for me. We just want something somewhat stable, at the very least. But the ball is rolling. Yeah, this will be refreshed now. Already St Mirren have basically done their most to give it away. Tierney's got his first few touches of the ball, a few kind of minor cheers to nod them all. There's a decent ball out towards Johnston immediately. There could be a break inside, good touch for McGregor, and right away we're looking to get on the offensive. St Mirren have put themselves back into 6s and 7s at the back already. But Celtic will just kind of calm the ball down. I really like the look of the new like overlays. Genuinely, they are a lot nicer than last season's by a comfortable distance. Get the wagon wheels out of 26 now when we're safe. They're in there, trust me. The jam versions. Oh, that's a slightly askewed pass. Schmeichel and Trusty have Carter Vickers, sorry, have a bit of a moment. It's like that's probably where Trusty would usually step out, but Scales that time just kind of stayed there, so it made a wee bit awkward on the pass back, but recovered calm enough. Good step inside. I'm going to try and force it. John's put under some pressure, but played out comfortably by Celtic. Just kind of pipped away. Ida will try and win the knock on, and Gogic will chase down the aftermath. Phillips. 1 or 2 passes and ends up back towards Gogic as well. And there's a good pass, and this is what I'm talking about. You have to be switched on defensively with those quick balls in behind. That's why they have people kind of lined up either side. They can cause problems with just a very, very well timed overlay. Especially with that Fraser on the other side. It seems to be something that they used a lot in pre-season. Hey then, Harry, nice to see you, my guy. You have the same prediction, 3-0. Good man, great minds think alike. Oh, how you doing, Vulture? Nice to see you, lad. Just to make sure you're understanding this, Navriski's gone being sent out on loan and skills is in the team on opening day. Why? Because the board are fucking stupid. Anyone that's seen Rodgers' press conference a few days ago, you can tell he ain't happy. That's good for Dyson though. Good ball over the top there, could be a chance here. Good chest work for Dyson, he's going to get bundled about, and referee ain't too interested, says goal kick in the end, but him and Maeda exchange a wee handshake. It's good defence as well, to be fair. Couldn't really tell for the first angle, but I did just enough to hassle him in a fair enough way. There's our potential new signing. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's guaranteed if he's sitting there, to be honest. You got your new Japanese player on. Yamada's on the bench, chief. He's decided that's got the nod for this team today, which, I mean, is honestly alright. I don't mind it too much, as long as Yamada gets some minutes of, especially if Ida doesn't pick up his pace a wee bit. That's a good touch from the big man though. As soon as I say that, he does win the throw in, so give him credit where it's due. The hold up play's working for now. Good step in for Richardson, game credit, cut it out to stop any quick break, but still very much Celtic's ball. Oh, I could see the idea there, just a slight over on Yang, does well to hold it up. Slight over touch by Rio and it's spilled away towards John. Mandrone's there if he wants it, he's played it back instead and now it's played forward for, it's a chase down. John will put the pressure on. Carl Vickers does very good, very calm, just to kind of deal with it comfortably enough, and now Rio can potentially break for Celtic. There's a lot of bodies that we can use here. Played out and there we go, here's Benji. Decent enough, and Green will just kind of have to step inside there. He's put under a bit too much pressure and it's going to be pipped around. One or two passes back into the same space and eventually laid out. That works perfectly. Have a crack. Oh, oh, that would have been brilliant. Tierney has the first shot of the season for us. It doesn't go in, but my God, would it have been a goal. I really, whenever I go fucking live, it's like my throat's cue to just stop like bawling up for no reason. Dumb as shit. My apologies if I need to cough once or twice. You're quite happy if the board doesn't spend megabucks to please Rodgers. That isn't our model. Who is this guy anyway? Well, I mean, I suppose you're not wrong to some degree, but the fact is, if you want to be competing in Europe, spending an overlay of about 2.5 million so far isn't exactly, you know, punching above your weight. Like, again, it's not so much the domestic things that are being called into question, it's more or less what we do in the actual, you know, European stages. And the big thing last season was the fact that we let a key piece go in January, didn't replace him, and then we were like, oh well, why did that happen? Everyone knows that the second half of the season could have been way better if we just strengthened in the right places. And while we've brought some players in, and undoubtedly some good ones, we've also let one or two really good ones go. Like I said, Navritsky going out on loans, very, very stupid decision. And of course losing Kuhn is never a good thing for anyone. That's good though, there's a potential chance for us on that far side. Cross is decent, and I'm not too sure if it was a good touch for the defender or a really bad one from either. It was kind of like a race to see who could get on the ball first, so I'm not going to fault the fact that he couldn't really redirect it on target. He just didn't really sort his feet out. Tried to almost kind of like use the speed of the ball and flick it, but just studied it instead. Wouldn't really classify it as a shot. No, to some extent, no, 100%. Like, it's just, you know, you want to continuously be improving. You don't want to stagnate, right? Because, you know, then you end up being like, you know, a Manchester United or some shit where after a few years of the same old, you just kind of accept mediocrity. You should be aiming for higher heights. Like, domestic titles and all that is all well and good, but you want to see us make European runs, like, be feared a little bit again. You know, you want teams to come to Celtic Park and be like, oof, they're hard to beat. You're not going to do that if you're just spending it on bit part players and passion projects. You need some actual depth. Especially for someone like McGregor, who's basically just playing on his own. Hey then, Rab, nice to see you, lad. Hope you're enjoying yourself. Oh shit, Schmeichel's under some pressure, hold up. Does well enough to get it away. Good touch for Johnston. That actually could work out to be a very good counter-attacking opportunity. It's a very accidental pass, but it could work. Counter-attack is on. Left side is open. Maeda's going to have to kind of curve his run there. Slightly loose pass. Dyson does well enough. Tierney could look for a cross. He might just take it to the byline. We've seen him do it a million times before. Opts to lay it back to Dyson instead. Cut across. Lovely pass as well, and it opens a lot of space. Good ball! Is there a pull there? I'm not too sure. Maeda kind of puts his thumbs up as if to say fair enough. I'm not sure if he was just really overstretching for it, or if it was a pull on the shot. I'm not 100% sure. It's kind of like a mix of both. Not enough contact to classify as a penalty. They're both kind of tugging at each other. That's more than fair enough then. Perfect example of what we can do, though. That ball in behind was very, very decent. Got to give credit to the defensive work again. They might not be winning the ball, but they're doing enough to put our players off, and that's credible in its own right. Very Mark, nice to see you, my guy. Hope we don't drop the ball today. I mean, so far so good. Had more of the ball. Passing's been quite concise, very clean. Nice 1-2 touch stuff. We have a shape and system that looks very comfortable. St Mirren don't look like they're doing too much in terms of progressing out their own half, really. But then and again, that is quite literally how Stephen Robinson's side's set up to play. They will sit in and then break and master, very counter-attacking by nature. And when you have players again like Adowu, like Mandron, like John, who are very like tall but agile players, it could be. Oh, that's a bit of a spill. Hold on, chance. It's a little bit of a loose touch for Rio, but the pressure's still on. Good challenge. I love that. Get into him. Love that, Benji boy. Played into space. Ida's going to cause and try and force the issue, and eventually, oh, the goalkeeper's gone down, and he doesn't look in good nick. Him and Ida collided. It's definitely nothing too bad, but that could have been something. Hold up a second. I'm not sure what happened to the keeper. He's like holding his midriff, so he either got stood on or his boss stamped on. Either one probably sucks. Oh yeah, no, he got the inside of his leg stood on. That makes way more sense. Gogic again, very, very good use of his body to try and stop Ida from getting in there. The keeper knew he was going to take it. That's, yeah, honestly, really good defence for both the goalkeeper and Gogic though. What was the goalkeeper's name again? George, right? Forgive me for forgetting. Popped up in a lay-by truck. Oh my god. You're kidding me. There are trucks that have like 300,000 miles and they still run fine, man. That's the thing with new cars, man. Old cars used to be made to actually last. New cars are made so that you have to replace them 3-4 years from now. It's like phones. Or houses. They're not built the way they used to be. Fuck, man, I'm sorry. I hope it's... Well, I mean, I hope it gets sorted as fast as possible. Going for the statement one, 4-0. Love to see it, James. Well, there's a few people that are saying 4-0 now, in fairness. With the flask of codes. Yes. Oh. Right, let's see what happens from here. The keeper's on his feet at the very least, so that's good to see. Not too much to gauge in the opening 10 minutes, no shots on target or anything to speak of as of yet, but it's not been too bad. I think, you know, when you look at it as a course of an opening stint, it's about as good as you can ask. We're not really leggy or nervous, that's the key thing that you wanted to see out the gate, although to be fair, really beautiful touch from Mandron to kind of lay it up. But again, no really the best pass. Fraser will do his best to hassle it at the sideline, but it's not going to do too much. Simple enough, just lays it back to his man instead and they can build from the back again. Got to try and get it moving. Gogic lets that run. That could have been dangerous if Ida was a bit more switched on there, but George will just clear it out, straight back. Oh fuck, long rushy. Keeper to keeper, Schmeichel retrieves it. He's not interested in playing those games though, just lays it off and there'll be another counter-attacking chance potentially. Please use the ball there, Tierney, you got space, son. Helps to lay it back and put us under a wee bit of pressure, but Scales is good with the ball at his feet. Ball sent forward, Ida will do his best. That was actually a really good touch. I really respect the fact he tried to take that down and not just flick it on. That's a bit more like the Ida that we know. That was actually half respectable. He just couldn't really get his feet sorted out. But St Mirren have put themselves under needless pressure. Johnston picks a good pass. Yang's just been clipped for the back. It should be a foul. Or was it real? One of the two of them. That was real, my bad. King just kind of caught the back end of them, I believe, though. It's in that area where you can get a good ball in, though, I'll say that for free. I know, too right, man. Oh, that was something. Like, there was the ball into the box was kind of respectable. It just, you know, the end product was lackluster at best. Let's say, you know, there was an attempt, but it just kind of bounces off of George, and he's able to just pick up the ball as calm as you like. Good ball forward on the chase. Yang will put some pressure on King, but calmly back towards the keeper. Sent forward and there'll be a chase down. Carter Vickers wins the knock on. What a touch that was for Tierney. Holy shit. We still give the ball away, but the foul's been pulled back. St Mirren are getting very in their face. They're closing down the space as much as they can, but solid hold up for Nignan to win the foul. I like the look of Benjamin so far. He is a very solid player. Okay, ask Gary yes or no. I think a lot of people are still on the fence about it, honestly, Mark. Like, we can't fault the guy's passion or his personality. Like, he's a very lovable guy. But, you know, is he like, do you see him as a key starting striker, like the same way that you would see like a Larson or a Dembele or a Kyogo? Hell, even a Griffiths? Not really. Although, oh, there's a chance for the big man as soon as I say that. He heads it into the ground. Oh, unlucky. If he got a bit more power on it, he could have probably caught George out in the near post, but in fairness, the fellow was switched on, just kind of straight at him anyway, so it's not as if he had to really adjust much, but again, good work. It's all coming down that left-hand side mostly though, so you want to see you switch it to the right a bit more. Tierney once again tries to get it up the field. There'll be a chase down, cleared away by King, and should be gathered by one of either John or Phillips. John's the one that takes it. Poor giveaway though, it's not the best ball forward, and I think that's St Mirren's problem. They're just allowing themselves to be camped in. Although in turn we've just kind of punted the ball straight back down the side and they can regather it and go again. Oh, big Stan Varga, Jesus, centre back. I get that though, like the pure physical gruffness to an extent, yeah. Very, like, it's the way he runs for me. Despite being a bit of a skinny lad, he's very, like, condensed. That's probably the term for it, right? Very condensed player. He's not the biggest lad, but likes a challenge. He's got very physical every time I've seen him, and it's good to see. We need midfielders like that. I love in Giles. He's a very tactical and, you know, dainty player, but if he gets touched, he goes down like a sack of potatoes. So it's nice to have a player that actually has to, you know, wants to fight for the ball. It's nice to see. Back towards Tierney, calm enough. Unless there is a total revelation this season. I think the wake-up call would obviously be if, you know, Rangers had a good season and obviously put the pressure on us and it was a lot closer than last. Oh, that was a lovely idea. Lovely idea for Rio there. It's a slight giveaway. There'll be a chase down between Yang. Johnston's there. He'll just let back off. Touch inside. Calm. I like the quick passing. Although I don't think they could sort their own feet out in time. Good hold up. Brilliant work for Scales. Credit where it's due. That was a lovely touch to get it back out. Tierney with the cross. Really good one as well, and it's a case in point. Ida just doesn't really sort out his position, and he was offside anyway, but you should be getting that on target, lad. It's the minimum you need to do for that kind of area. Once again, it's a gorgeous cross in for Tierney, and he's onside. His arm's off, but the head's on. If he got that on target and it went in, it would have stood. Got to consider that a slight missed chance for Ida. You have to say. Oh shit, I just missed that comment entirely, man. Your MRI or CT. Fuck's sake, man. I hope you're okay, man. Genuinely. I genuinely really do. That's horrible, you. It's the same with Flash. Everyone kind of spare a thought for that fella because he's hopefully, you know, by now healing up. He's just waiting for his stuff. I haven't actually checked Discord in the last day or two, so I haven't got too much of an update to give you. But yeah, he's not been in the best nick either, so all the best to anyone's recoveries. Hell, I've got a surgery that I'm waiting on too, man. Everyone's dying and sick in some way. It's fun. That's a good ball forward. St Mirren's got a chance here. That's really their first one, I'd say, in about 15 minutes. And you can tell by the reaction, as soon as he crossed it, the arms just went up like this, as if to say, well, if no one's going to be there, then that's going to be problematic. Good pass across the face of the box, although St Mirren have all of a sudden gone with a full press, which is dangerous on a counter-attack. Ida, you need to sort your feet out there, big man. That is so poor. Oh, but this is what I'm talking about. Like, his confidence just ain't at the levels that it needs to be. That's a ball. Wait, is he onside? Is Maeda on? Is Maeda on? It's across the face of the... There's another sitter. We've missed another sitter. Maeda did nothing wrong there. He made the right call passing it across, but no one just made the run. Got to say, that's two really big chances in as many minutes. How the fuck did that not go in? He did so well to get away for the goalkeeper. It was lovely awareness for McGregor to play the foul pass quickly. Oh, if it came off of King, it could have deflected into the net. If there was just a slightly more passionate run, let's say, for Yang, he could have got his leg on the end of it, but instead it just goes all the way across the face of the 6-yard box. That is so unlucky in a lot of regards. Oh, just any form of touch on that, man. Unlucky, but it's a good wake-up call for St Mirren. At the very least, they should probably use it to realise that they can't just sit in the whole fucking time. And the second they stepped out, Celtic were immediately in behind them. So they know they have to be switched on. That's the problem. It's only good for us. You'd like to predict that a high-scoring game, but seriously, just fixture speaker after the last game, so on now. Valid enough, honestly, I can't argue. Nah, generally, I hope you're good, man. Seems to be on loop the last side, honestly. Oh, hold on. I need to stop. There's a chance. Forrest. Forrest run, Forrest run, Forrest run, Forrest run. That's a good... Oh my god. Johnston reminds me so much of Forrest when he does that. Chase it. Chase it! There we go. That's a good chance. Across the face of the box again. Fuck's sake. Oh my god. He danced down that fucking side as well. You can tell they've been working. That is genuinely like... See the way Johnston ran there? That was Forrest's wee movement. They've been on the training ground teaching each other that overlap and run. You can fucking tell that was nearly identical. The ball into the box wasn't bad either. St Mirren do clear it. Like I said, they're hanging on by a thread right now. Celtic could have had one or two already. Slight deflection on that bounce. Will be a chase down. Maeda will just try and win it with a pop-up off his arse, but it's always just going to go in behind. And unfortunately out for another... Oh, dude, that counter-attack was so clean as well. Again, it's just really good defence for St Mirren. Like, they're getting their bodies on the line right when they need to. And then Randy, nice to see you. Randy Snorton, what a fucking name. Hope you're enjoying yourself, man. No, they just got confirmation that it's full time between Dundee and Hibs, so Hibs are the first team this season to actually pick up all 3 points. Based on the stats that we've seen before we, started the match, I think that's probably fair, to be quite frankly honest. Good hold up for Taylor, that's decent. Simple and calm enough. Oh, bad giveaway, could be a chance, and St Mirren are actually trying to break with numbers here, so that's interesting. We've got about 5 or 6, but Celtic have reshaped their shape in time, but they still have to defend it. That's going to be the problem. Out towards that right hand side, Richardson. Coming off, decent press. John tries to step out with it, doesn't necessarily win the bounce, and Celtic retain it instead. Here's Benji, boy. Let's get it forward. It's actually a really good pass if Yang can keep it in play, and he does well enough to do so. Good stuff from the South Korean. Tries to step it inside. Opts to play it back instead. That's a good. Cam, have a crack, Rio. This is your range. She tried to be clever and pass it last second. Should have shot. Tierney, cross. Mix between a cross and a shot. I think he maybe got caught in two minds. George just kind of barking at his defenders to get out and close Tierney, because every time he's been left on his own, and I'm not really sure what the fuck the point in Richardson is if he's not standing out to close his man. It just kind of hangs off the back of there just to cause some problems. Good break. Coming off his skills, just forces it out, but still under pressure. This will be a challenge season. Well, genuinely, I think they're third. Honestly, I'd put them quite comfortably in third for me. I know a lot of people are talking about Aberdeen and Hearts and, you know, a couple of dark horse shouts here and there. But for me, I think Hibs are the strongest ones on paper. Based on the way that they played against Michelin and all that stuff as well, they do have a system and it's quite identifiable. You know, you can't take anything away from it. They're certainly improving. A lot more than they were last season anyway, you know what I mean? It's just good to see that. I like the look of some of the teams, honestly. I mean, Falkirk looked pretty interesting. Decent second half performance for them to do. Can't say too much. I mean, Motherwell's second half was really good yesterday as well. I can't, you know, I didn't watch the Kelly match. I don't care that enough about that one. I just seen the stats for it, but that game looked pretty interesting by its own rights too. Well, but speaking of teams that have got opportunities to do well this season, here's St Mirren. That's a good ball actually. That's a bit of pressure. Scales does well to hold up Mandron, but it's going to be cleared back, and I think maybe for an offside or a foul. Mandron kind of caught Scales on the way down. I'm looking. Oof. Yeah, slight slow one in the back of the leg there. Very physical battle between those two actually, in fairness. Carter Vickers is just kind of anchoring off and covering the loose space, but Scales is specifically kind of stuck with Mandron. He's the one that's stepping out more. Carter Vickers is just kind of the loose man in case. How you doing, Yard? Nice to see you, mate. Hope you're enjoying yourself. How you doing, Lowe's? Nice to see you as well, brother. Been a while since we've seen you. The boys are back in town. We never left, mate. We never left. Celtic own it, remember? That's a good ball forward actually for St Mirren, but the header's spindled back in. How's your control? Pretty good. Give them credit where it's due. King. Fraser. That's a good break up that side actually. But once again, Johnston's step outs have been fucking well timed as hell this game so far. Not really giving them too much options here. That's a good ball forward actually. Shit, hold on. Chance for St Mirren. That could be awkward. Fucking great step in. Once again, Scales just about deals with it, but could have been a lot more awkward on paper. Fuck. Me man. Aye. Jesus. Oh shit, no. I was literally just complimenting how much Johnston looks like he's on form, but I think he's just pulled his groin. You can tell by the way he kind of popped up as soon as he landed. I think he's pulled his groin. Please run a half back, man. Tell me it's just like a wee tweak and a pull. There's Jota. Oi! What's happening, boyo? Nice to see him. Didn't even realise he was sitting beside that, our potential new sign. I say potential, but it's almost guaranteed at this point if he's sitting there in a fucking Adidas truck, so that should tell you all you need to know. Oh, there we go. St Mirren had a shot. You can say that they have now had a shot. I'm not sure who got in the end of it. I think it was Phillips that kind of had the half crack there, but nowhere near the target to be honest with you, about 5 yards to the right of the post. Give him credit for trying to cause a problem. No, I've been there, bro. Ankle his tooth is a pain in the ass. Liverpool, Man United. You got a mix of a few different in here, to be honest with you, but me personally, I'm Liverpool. You'll never walk alone, clubs. It's kind of self-explanatory. Liverpool, Celtic, Feyenoord, Borussia Dortmund. That's a good ball into space. Oh, it's loitering. Hold on. Chance. Tierney, crack it, son. Oh my fucking god. How the hell did Gorgic redirect that over the bar so calmly? I don't know what's more impressive, the fucking tee up for the shot for Tierney or the calmness of the defensive manoeuvre for Gorgic there. Because he could have panicked and like just tried to get a touch on it and spilled it in his own net, but nah, as calm as you like, just popped it back up over the goal. Oof, that could have been something. Oh, there's a corner kick chance. We haven't seen too many opportunities from the corner flag, so curious to see what we do there. Swung in. Nobody's really on the end of it. McGregor from the edge of the box. Rio, cut cross, doesn't necessarily find a green and white shirt, finds a black one instead. It'll just be played back and Johnston will have pretty much one option here. Yeah, back towards Schmeichel and we'll try and build from the back again, I suppose. It's sent forward by the Great Dane. Calm enough. Oh, it's a sliced clearance though for St Mirren, and I tell you what, that could be a chance. I'm more Liverpool orientated. Hey, then OT. Nice to see you, my guy. Oliver. Super easy to abbreviate name. Best thing possible. Good for McGregor. Cutting. That's a shit touch, I'll be honest with you, Rio. You could have done a wee bit better there, lad, but fair enough. Chase down's on. Good stuff for Carter. Steps inside, forces it after the leg of St Mirren. Will be another throw in. Constant pressure now. Mandron doesn't look too happy, but it did come off his leg. Back towards our US international, good enough. Keep it calm. Good feet, there we go. Johnston goes for the long ball. If Ida can get there in time, and he should get there in time. Good hold up play. Come on, big man, you've got to make this walk, but he just goes back, man, like, and he's offside anyway. Like, fuck. Ida, lad, like, I'm trying my best here, but get out of your arse. Again, there's about 5 or 6 things that he could have done right there, and he just did everything wrong. Not good. Love the Reds. We love to see it, Justin. We love to see it. I don't think so. Do you think we'll get Isaac over the line? It's a toss-up, man. See, because obviously we've got, like, you know, that etiquette now, so it's a case of, do they want to have that additional? Like, again, it makes sense actually. Like, if how much did we sell Diaz for again? To Bayern, how much was that for? Because I mean, if you've got that extra 40, 50, 60 odd million to kind of push across, then I don't see why we shouldn't. I think we should probably go for him. He's a very solid player. Everyone knows how good he is. That's why Newcastle are playing so hard to get. Now, there's a good chance for St Mirren in a very deadly area, actually. Didn't look too much like a foul, but there was kind of contact on the way down, so I'm guessing that's what it was probably for. Oh, yeah, actually, I take back what I said. Definite contact. Joe Hart or Casper? Casper. I love Hart personality-wise, but Casper, better goalkeeper, you know, systematically. They're definitely going to go for a cross here. You can tell by the way they're lined up. Oh, that could have been something. Good fucking touch there. Once again, Scales getting his legs in. As much as we've been confused about why he was picked, he's actually been probably the key defender for us so far. Good save for Casper with a shot for St Mirren. They're starting to up their game. The boys for Paisley are here to play. Good fucking shot. Actually, really good shot. Schmeichel had to be switched on there. 70 million? Fuck aye. Well then, we probably should go for him. Wouldn't see any reason not to. Miller has left Motherwell. That does not surprise me at all. Where did they end up going then? I'm guessing, well, Italy or the Championship will be one of the two, right? Usually is for people for this league. It could be a crossing opportunity. Taylor tries to force it. It's kind of hooked away by someone in green and white. I wasn't too sure who that was, I'll be honest with you. Playing into space. Ado was screaming for it on the far side. It's up to play out on towards there. Well, there is that crossing opportunity, and Schmeichel this time was out to get a snatch onto it as soon as possible. Long punt is on actually, and I'll tell you what, he'll force the issue because there is a chase down. He'll have to play that back. At the very least, it kind of stretches St Mirren for the clearance, so if we win the ball, then we have time to set our shape again, which is exactly what we do. A good touch for Carter Vickers. Him and Benji have been very, very cohesive. The passing between the two of them has been nice. Actually, between him and McGregor as well, might I add. Haven't seen too much for Calmat, but he is playing a very deep set row. I don't think we'll be seeing him having too many cracks for range if he gets into those positions. I think he's allowing Nygren and Rio to do more of that than him. Calm football, good touch for Johnston. Yang lays it back out. Simple enough, it's a long switch for McGregor, good enough. Here's Tierney towards Dyson. Hit them with the Dyson Dazzler, my guy. Well, that's something, he hits him with the ball and gets a throw in, I suppose that counts. Maybe a long throw if they got Tierney on it, but probably just go back across, lay it and try and get a shot off. Well, that's actually clever as fuck. That could have worked so well, but again, maybe not the greatest layoff touch from Ida, and once again the man's offside. Has he been on at all? Let's see. Yeah, no, he is off. Jesus Christ, man. You look behind you every now and then, Adam. Didn't see who he's away to. I'll check at half time. I kind of use half time to do what I need to do. I'm checking on my baby. Make sure she's good. And I can check to see where he transferred. I would presume Italy, right? I would always, like, most like good players that came for like the Scottish leagues, like Doige and all that stuff, they always end up going over there. Levi Yashin, Van der Sar. Well, I mean, I never seen Levi Yashin play. I've seen clips of him, you know, the Black Spider is, I think that's what he was called, right? But Van der Sar, I used to watch him like a lot growing up, so. I was either Black Cat or Black Spider, I'm not too sure what it was. Because his hands were like webs or some shit, I'm not sure, like, he was fucking incredible. That was a big deflection, chase down potentially. Good touch for Rio actually, not too bad. Still potential break here, get it into space, cross. Better! That's a lot better though. George did well, give the goalkeeper credit, he had to get out and cover all that, but the play to get into that space, very solid, much more like it. The little in behind pass for Yang was clean, the little kind of flick on for Rio was very nice, he just had to put it a little bit further out. Maybe not directly into the 6-yard box, just outside it, and maybe my header could have snuck that header on, but unfortunately not. St Mirren have had their like 5-minute stint of slight pressure, and then it's kind of gone straight back in towards our territory basically. Gogic is going to try and put some pressure on this, laid out towards Taylor, back towards the goalkeeper. Seems to be the theme, and then he'll just send it long most likely as soon as he's pressed, and that's what he does, straight back to Schmeichel, and we can set up and go again. How you doing, Cathy? Nice to see you, mate. How you doing? It's been a while. Hope your health's been good, hope everything's well, just been good in general. See, the issue Liverpool have is the money they've spent this season is the money they've been generating the last 5 years, but they now need to make actually true. Plus, when you spend that amount of money, well, I mean, to be fair, you've got teams like fucking Chelsea and City that have spent the better part of like however much, and it's usually through expenditure, right? So if like, yeah, sure, we brought in that Etiquette for like, what was it, 62.5 million or whatever, but if you sold Diaz that for 70, you're still running at a plus. Financial fair play doesn't breach that, right? I think it's different for European competition though. That's usually why you have some players that don't get picked for the higher clubs, like your Cities and stuff. Like you'll have players like Gundogan or like, you know, fringe players that don't get picked but they get played in league games instead. That is fucking feet work. Oh, Yang, you sexy bastard. That was beautiful. Come on, use. Hit it. Maeda. Tierney. We can't be doing this side to side shite the whole time, lads. You've got to move it. Nice. Tierney. Cross. Better. Surely. Opportunity. Well cleared away by Gogic. There was about 3 bodies in there. Somehow ended up in the only real well-positioned player in black. Nice pass. I like McGregor's passing, in fairness. He's been allowed to show off his long-range ability a lot more this game when it comes to like spreading the play, especially out to that left-hand side. His passing between Tierney and Maeda has been very much on point. Can't say anyone's playing at a 8, 9, 10 level of performance right now, but no one's playing that bad. A couple of players maybe need to improve in some respects, either just with his offside runs, maybe kind of just look along the line a little bit more. A bit more pace on either side, especially for Yang, because his passing's been good, but he's not running at his man as much as he used to. And my head is my head, I love him. I can't give that man shit even if I wanted to. You could punch me in the head and I'd still love him. I love to see it carefully, that's good to see. Yeah, but that's what Liverpool always do. Like 3-4 years ago, that wasn't the same thing when we brought in, like, your Diaz's and Jotas and like bulk buy that's like stock. Because again, they still balance it out with expenditure, right? And they still have a bunch of smaller players that leave to balance out fees. But I know they still have to dance a fine line though. I don't think they'll be spending much more than, I'd say about 50 million. That would be the absolute cap, realistically, for like the next, I'd say, 2 years. They'll just need to work on their youth and kind of build up around the players that they got, but they have to kind of replace the pieces that they lost. Plus, again, if you really want to make the argument, when you lose a player like Diego Jota, who's worth a lot of money, Liverpool could always make the argument, well, we're just replacing what we've lost, and they can't say shit about that. Exactly the same type of value. Etiquette is the same value Jota was, so there's a lot of angles you can take on it, I suppose. It's a bit different if they're doing it just because they can. They did it because they had to. It's slightly different in that situation. It's shown Tierney's touch map, and he's had more touches in St Mirren's half than his own. It does not surprise me. A lot of the heavy lifting's been done down that left hand side, that's for damn sure. Cannot argue with it in the slightest. We've still got a bit of time. Maybe one before the end of the half would be quite good, just for the sake of morality, but one shot on target in an entire half of football is not a good fucking sign. I said it at the start, Yamada should have started this match. If you have Maeda and Yang, it makes sense to have the other Asian dude play in between them. It's literally the perfect setup in that scenario. Either that's a good chance, oh for fuck's sake, nah, he needs off the pitch. I'm sorry, I can't fucking do this every single time he takes a touch, man. It's like either the greatest thing I've ever seen, followed up by the worst, or vice versa. Again, brilliant work for Nigrin to get the ball into space, but it just doesn't sort his feet out, and I've said that about 6 times. Seriously, get Yamada on the fucking pitch. Osman, for all I care, man, fucking recall him. I don't, like, just anybody, even Kenny's a better shout at this point. I can't keep giving the fella fucking chances. Sent up and, Scales and Tierney will just decide between the two of them who wants it. I appreciate that, Brian. Very, very kind of you. I forgot totally that was the whole thing. You can subscribe if you want, if you're new here and you're interested. We do, streams every now and then. Won't be every single match, but most of them I'll try my best to cover. Especially the important ones, like the Champions League qualifiers later on this month, and of course the Old Firm towards the end of this month too. So if you're interested, you're more than welcome to stick around for that. That if you already have, then just like the stream. Best thing you can do to help us out and keep us in the algorithm. There's a ball forward. Good hustle for Tierney, I like that. I like that a lot, actually. Wouldn't say there'll be too many additional minutes, to be quite frankly honest. I'd say maybe a minute or two at most, probably just a single. There's really just that one stoppage for the slight groin strain that Johnston had for that brief moment, but besides that, not been too many stoppages for other reasons. So Celtic want a goal. They're probably going to need to switch it on right about now. That 3-0's looking a little less lacklustre, but then again I did say Celtic's kind of bread and butter is having a really shit first half and then a really good second, so maybe we get something going in this one, but it's a wee bit frustrating, I'm not going to lie, especially when it comes to chance creation, because we're getting into the spaces but just not really putting the end product in at the right places. There's Maeda, there's another good cross, and again St Mirren make a mockery of the clearance. It's going to be a corner at that far side instead. So we're trying to play it quickly, and I respect the fact that we did, but the referee's held it up because of course he has. Thank you, Robertson, very cool. So we'll just be a normal corner kick routine for us instead. Oh, we played it short. Surprising, Yang. We got to cross it in then. There it is eventually. It's a high flyer. George will come out and clear it. I mean, good commitment. He even gets a wee kind of pat in the head if he skills as well, because any keeper that puts both his hands on the ball knowing that he's going to take a solo landing, fair enough. It's the second time that Maeda's put a really good cross into that just outside the 6-yard box. There's been a few times that's happened. We know where the goal can come from. In between those two, I think it's King and Gogic, I would say. If you can get it in between those two, then problems can arise. The second half, it has to be better. It's absolute minimum. Rio's going to be a star. Hope he gets plenty of minutes this season. Absolutely. He's been a star for us for the last season and a half. That's what's happened there. Why is there a yellow card? Who's been carded? Adoa, I think, has been booked. Did he catch Johnston in the aftermath? The camera switched right afterwards. I wouldn't say it's a yellow, it's a foul for sure. They don't look that intentional, I'll be honest with you. It's a wee bit harsh, but I'm guessing something happened off the ball afterwards. No, there really just was for that foul. Okay. Well, the Irishman's in the book. Don't think he'll be too happy about that. I kind of have my concerns too. That's what it is though. Free kick for us about 35-40 yards out. There should be a high-end swinger here if there is a route that we're going with. As long as we don't do that stupid shit where we side to side it for 10 minutes. There we go, there's the high-end swinger. Good consistent pressure. Tierney does well to chest it down, gets it back towards Rio. Good feet for him, very calm touch as well. Scales, across McGregor. Good side-to-side switching here, but we need to kind of try and force it a bit more centrally where we can. 45 minutes have basically been and gone. It is just the additional minute. I should have kind of pointed that out beforehand. About 40 odd seconds left as of now. That's a good ball into space, potentially. Use it. Right before the end of the half would be the best time to score. Here's Dyson. Good marking for Richardson. In fairness, he's kept him quiet as much as he has this game. Good. Oh, just about keeps it under control. Good shot, Rio. Tierney. Across to Carter, back into space. Johnston played in. Beautiful. Stand them up. Stand them up, keep them going. That's brilliant. Yang, cross into space. That's a better touch. Really good control for Rio again. Especially with how much pace that was fired in with. Back out towards Dyson. This should be the last chance of the half. It's into space. Surely a big chance! Off the ball! You're fucking kidding me! Header! And keeper just about recovers it. That should have been a goal. It was nearly the opener. It would have been a debutant scorer. It would have been Benji Negrin that would have got in, man. He did well to get the first touch, and somehow George spills that onto the bar. Give the keeper credit. That is a brilliant save. Just a reflex, just kind of wrists it up onto it. He just knew he had to get something on it or that was going in. Oh, fucking hell. And that is actually the last action of the first half. That, my God, that could have been something. Nearly got it into the back of the net, but keeper just about got away with it. The header back in wasn't particularly too convincing either, but there you go. That's half time in this one, and of course, as much as it's been the same old, it's the same old. We have all the possession, all the chances basically, but no end product because our striker's just wasting a spot in the pitch. We need Yamada on in the second half, or at the very least Kenny. We need a change, especially in that front fucking line, because as much as I love Ida and his hold-up play, the hold-up play doesn't fucking matter when you're defending against 5, right? If they're playing with 5 at the back, hold-up play means fuck all. It makes sense when you've got 4, because then you can overlap, get my Ada down the wing, or get my, Yang down the other, have an overlapping run from Rio or Benji or whoever else. But all Ida's basically done is hold up ball, run, maybe be onside sometimes, and if it is onside, then he just doesn't sort his feet out, and it's a bit of a concern. That's why I thought Yamada would have made more sense, because realistically you would have been able to use him as more of an oppressor, and based on the way that he kind of played in that, that last friendly, it made more sense for St Mirren's system to play someone like Yamada, who isn't as physical but is a bit more tricky. He can run off the shoulders a bit more, which clearly has been Ida's issue. So, why is it every keeper turns into prime performing playing Celtic? Because if you impress enough, then eventually you get bought. Everyone knows what happened with Scott Bain. Remember, he put in like 3 good performances against us, and we're like, we're buying that guy. So, yeah, probably in his head he's like, well, I could do that. Just give me a second, boys. I need to respond to the love of my life. Right, let me just check to see what has gone on. I'm guessing, well, that one other. What the stats did. Dundee genuinely had a shit game. I just had to double check that to be sure. Yeah, so let's have a little look at the table as it stands, because, basically nothing has really changed. Hibs would kind of stay as is. The rest of the table was basically all draws, and of course Aberdeen and Hearts play later on. I'm pretty sure they kick off right after us, if anything. So. I'm sorry, what the fuck are you talking about? All the gloating yesterday, man. I told you to pipe down, nothing up front, and Negrin is pish. Negrin's worth pretty much all your midfielders combined, no offence, right? But you played Dowell, that's enough, shut up. And secondly, it's one half, we've been the better team, and unlike yous, Motherwell ain't going to come out and fucking batter us. St Mirren ain't going to come out and have a second half for heaven. I ain't concerned, brother. You've got a whole season to go. Like I said, I don't get why Rangers fans do that shit. You drew with Motherwell. That's it. Like, you still have a whole season to play. Don't be bitter already. Just enjoy the season, my guy. Stupid. It's because we're playing Ida, right? I'm sure you understand. Like, I guess Ida for us is like Desels for yous. Just a useless cunt that should not be starting in that position whatsoever. We both have similar problems, mate. Difference is one team knows how to address them the right ways. Fair enough. Over 2.5. Oh shit, you've got it on a 2.5. 2.5 goals. Certainly doable, 100%. No, I can understand that there were a lot of Celtic fans yesterday that were really ripping the piss, and he's right to some extent. It's one game into the season. We haven't exactly been particularly effective in the transfer window either, but that's the thing. They've made signings, we've only just replaced certain pieces. We've yet to make the big signings. So, just wait and see. There's still a whole month of transfers to go. We'll see what the squad looks like at the end of it. And I can assure you, we've got striker options. It's just the fact, for whatever reason, Rodgers just seems to love Ida for... I don't even know why, how he gets picked all the fucking time. You say Ida's more like Daniel than Desels? Well, yeah, mainly just because of the similar, like, they play similar minutes and have similar goals and assists, you know what I mean? Like, Daniil maybe on premise in terms of style, actually, yeah, probably I'd agree with that. But Desser's, like, you know, that traditional, you know what he's capable of, but when you need him to play well, he'll miss a sitter. That side of him, yeah. I think sometimes both sets of fans need to shut the fuck up and realise neither team's in the best position right now, you know what I mean? Like Celtic still have a lot of strengthening to go, likewise with Rangers. We'll see what happens a few months into the season. That's usually when you can start to be like, ah, you bastard. But I had the same reaction when I seen them draw yesterday. I was just like, that's funny, and then I moved on with my day because it's not that important. Like, it's one game. And again, you've got 4 Old Firms minimum, so unless you're ahead by 12 points, there's no real point gloating and being like, oh, well, we've got this wrapped up, because all it takes is Rangers to win 1 or 2 of those games, and there's a whole fucking 12 points win. Likewise, Celtic could do the same. So it's, you know, I find that interesting. But I'd say Celtic are in a better position for sure. It's just, for whatever reason, we can't fucking score goals. We can sometimes. We've seen what we can do against Newcastle, but that entailed getting Ida off the pitch. So that's probably stage 1 for me. Streak, there we go. No, I should be doing the Champions League playoffs. I'm pretty sure they don't happen until the 13th or 14th, like them next week after, I believe. Is it maybe a football director, as I say, not only in transfers but also in the team picking? Can't explain either, or Dowell for us, it's mad, innit? I think it might be, like, see, because they have, like, certain things, like, for the board for us, what I'd imagine with Ida is that it's a simple case, we've spent 9 million, we have to play him. It's the same as in Gels when he had his, like, off stint in the middle of last season between, like, November and January, and everyone's like, well, do we play the £11 million flop or not? And we kept playing him, and eventually kind of stuck it out and actually had, you know, a very decent stint. But, you know, it's that kind of thing. Dowell is just, I'm guessing Martin's old-fashioned and traditional and likes to use youth players and, you know, players that make sense in his system because he's a championship coach, but the trade-off is that Dowell is shite. Like, you have got so many good players in that team. Like, that wee Finlay fella, he should get more minutes. Whoever the fuck he is, I have seen little clips of him here and there. Genuinely looks like a baller. Need to develop that wee dude. Class wee act. Same with McCausland, you've got a couple of players that genuinely could blossom under Martin if, you know, he has man management down, but his tactics are very, yeah, strange. He's, especially when it comes to choices. That's what cost you against Motherwell. Just the tactical changes. Like, the performance wasn't the issue, it was literally just the tweaks that he's made, because Motherwell were like, huh, why are they playing defensive when they're 1-0 up? Usually they try and go for blood. Like, if that was like a, you know, Van Bronckhorst side, yeah, like, you keep going, try and put the fucking foot down and make it 3 or 4, but Martin's a bit more practical. Like, I mean, you've seen it in the Partey and Icos games, like I talked about earlier on, they were a lot more defensive. That was literally unexplainable. Aye, honestly, it's just one of those, like, mythical things that you see. I do not get it, but it's fucking hilarious. You've got other, I think it's obviously just until you actually bring in an actual, you know, systematic midfielder that suits Martin's style. I think Dill's just the one that fits the glove the best in terms of, like, fundamentals. Maybe that's the only thing I can really say for it, but I ain't too sure, man. I'll be fully honest with you. Like, maybe you just see something that we don't, because I mean, that's like us with Scales. Like, we got rid of Nowitzki, got rid of Lagerbielke, haven't brought in another centre back, but for some reason Scales has still managed to stay in this team. Which, I mean, he's having a good game, do not get me wrong, but how the fuck is he still there? Like, when you have so much money in the bank to spend. It's like, yeah, we'll just play our fucking youth academy players. It's a strange one. Right then, Stephen, nice to see you. Aye, on your son's account, how you doing, my guy? Pretty good, pretty good. We're just talking over some of the key points over the last, well, the last half or so, and obviously some of the kind of situations in the league as is. Have you been keeping up to date with the game so far at all, Stephen, or have you just kind of popped on? Maybe. Right, that's all the checks and stuff done and dusted. Right, my apologies, we're back. Right, let me just... I did do one of those little graph check things because my blood seemed to be doing a bit of a weirdness right now. So I do apologise. They thought they'll tap water with no ice. You kidding me, man? They just go outside and with a glass and just scoop up a puddle. There you go, pal. Mother Nature's best, really. Fantastic. It doesn't filter out the grit of the grind, does it? You can check the Champions League games. Other Champions League games going on. Or are you talking about like when they happen? Let me take a gander. Oh, you try to, I guess you're trying to figure out who you play. User against Victoria Pilsen. 5th of August, I believe. Let me just pull that up so you can see it. Yeah, there you go. Interesting. Let me quickly see. I'm not sure when we come into this one again. Let me just quickly see. Because we don't come in at the round afterwards, I believe, right? And it is. But yeah, you got Victoria Pilsen. Yeah, no, but if we got Balaguisha, that would have been a fucking great signing. But, you know, Yang's good, don't get me wrong, but I would have honestly preferred that man quite comfortably. Also, you've made money from the Frimpong selling. That is true, actually. I highly doubt the transfers are over for Celtic for either team at that. Celtic only need a few tweaks. We've got miles to go. All the panicking is nuts. Exactly it, mate. See, like, genuinely, well done. Like, that's what I try and explain to most Rangers fans. It's like, there's just a lot of different things that both teams need to tweak. Tiny little adjustments, and both teams could fire off to high new heights. Celtic just need a board that don't waste every fucking, like, you know, they don't spend 6-7 million on doing up lights and fixing the stadium, and then spending the same amount over the course of a summer when you've got, you know, literally, you know, triple digits of money and transfer fees that you could spend. Celtic could spend about 72 million and still not breach financial fair play, which is insane when you consider that over the last 5 seasons, when you've got teams that are in the Premier League that are kind of in the same region. Like, everyone knows with Everton, that story a few seasons ago with 135 million. Yeah, like, Celtic could technically, you know, go off. We could buy a good amount of players, maybe have one insanely good season, and if we win the Champions League, fantastic, it makes it worth it, but it's not going to happen. So our board are doing the classic, oh, you know, we just need to make sure there's enough. No, we need to make sure there's more than enough. Like, not buying players that just fit the system, but players that make the system better. And I think, you know, Rangers have done a couple of things. Like, who's that fellow you got? Is it Gassama, his name is? He looks okay. Like, there's a couple of players that Martin's brought in that generally look alright for Rangers and might obviously adjust into the team over the course of the next month or two. But if you lose players like Ejimani, that's when things get complicated, because he is a baller. You lose that Moroccan fella here, it's going to be a big miss. Oh shit, yeah, I was meant to check where the fuck Miller transferred to. Hold on. Oh, he's in a race. It's, I guess, Torino. So he's not transferred yet. He was just left out of the matchday squad against Rangers, but he's not actually made a move. There's a bit more going on apparently. The second half's about to get on the way, shit. It looks like Bologna's the favourite to sign him. Bologna or Torino. I guess he looks like a genuine baller, 100%. The second half's about to get on the way, so before anything else, we'll just go back to these screens. But yeah, there's no actual news on where he's actually gone, to be honest. A wee spark of this, and then, oh fucking hell, that's a good tifo. John Fallon. Fucking legend of the game. Rest in peace, big man. Would you get Yamada on? I want to see that. Genuinely, Yamada makes sense, but I don't think there's been too many changes. Let's see. Celtic haven't made any by the looks of it, and I don't think St Mirren have changed too much either. Pretty much the same as is, so I guess we'll see what happens when it comes to changes 15 minutes on. I'll confirm just in case I missed any, but I don't think I did. Oh, I was incorrect. They've changed their system and took that Taylor off. Who'd they bring on? Ayunga. Good name. Really good name. Can't argue with that at all. Tifo's a fucking quality animal. Cannot fault that one. It's a good way to pay respects to a legend of the game. How you doing, Emmanuel? Nice to see you, mate. What do you think about the half-time? What's your prediction about this game from Colombia? Well, first of all, hello for Colombia. Cool place, man. Absolutely stunning country. But predictions down there, I say 3-0. If you're asking me to tweak it, I'd say this one probably ends. I'd say 2-0 now. I still think we've got the minerals there, and we've got the options that we can bring off the bench to strengthen ourselves if we need to. Like I said, we can take Ida if his legs get tired, and do the same for a few other players, especially in that midfield, because that's where a lot of the systematic pressure, let's say, will have to be kind of directed in. And if McGregor gets tired, then we can bring on someone like a McCowan. If Rio gets tired, then we can bring on someone like a Paulo Bernardo. But I'm liking our defensive shape so far. They've not had too many moments of sustained pressure, so I'm not worried defensively too much. But we've got to keep ourselves quiet where we have to, right? Like, that's the kind of thing you want to try and pounce on them, especially on a quick break. It's a good ball into space. There's a potential run forward. Good touch inside and Cam as well, actually. That's decent, but the overlay was maybe just a bit too much. And Ron will take it, try and run it up that far side. Good touch, although maybe not the greatest second one, to be honest. And yeah, John just kind of lifts his hand up as if to say, lad, what was that? Got some big boys up front now. Mandro and Ayunga. I think both of them are at least 6'2", 6'3", respectively. I will talk. I was speaking to Flash about that earlier on, man. It's I'm pretty sure there's only 3 left. 3 or 4. I'm not too sure. But someone who's played in goals and used to watch old clips and stuff. A lot of people that pissed me off when Fallon passed away though, because everyone was like, oh well, he wasn't the main guy in between the sticks, so who cares? I'm like, that's not the fucking point. It's like, I personally remember the Intercontinental Cup match. Like, you've seen highlights of that and you're like, oh, that's a different guy in there. And it's like, oh, that's John Fallon. He used to be class. Something's happening now. The ball boy, I guess. I don't know what happened now. What should we do with Osmond? Should we send the boy on loan and give Kenny a shot? I generally think that would be the best plan. Like, Osmond seems like he would suit. Who would he suit? Honestly, you could take a pick. It kind of gives me a vibe that he'd be able to fit in with like a Dundee. In fact, based on the day's matches, send him to Dundee. Not Dundee United, but you know, just Dundee. Because they clearly need a fucking striker, and if it gets him minutes, then it's never a bad thing. Was it only 2? Jesus. Fuck's sake. That's actually really sad to think about. Couldn't have put it better myself, Randy. Could not have put it better myself. Good enough cam pass there, Rio. You got to run it, mate. You can't let that go. That's actually a very good missed pass. It's just overshot ever so slightly, but it's given us a run. Either's been taken down there, but again, just kind of got caught up in his defender's legs. Same kind of thing. Thumbs up, heads back. But I don't understand why the fuck he's not been taken off yet. With all due respect, I think he was offside there too. Hard to tell. Yeah, really hard to tell. It's all the bin bags. They're tripping people up. That's right now. I get why they're showing the ball boy. Exactly. That's the way I think about it, Randy. Look what happened when we sent Scales there. All of a sudden he came back and he was like somewhat half decent. Oh, that's awkward. He's not offside there. He is not offside there. There's McGregor from range. Good shot, good save. And it's spilled. Not cleared away fully. And it eventually is. Big chance for us. Really good save. Got to give George credit, man. He's been very good in between the sticks for St Mirren. Ball into the box again. And it's overshot over Ida's head. Tell you right now, man, if there's a man in the match, it has to be the man in between the sticks for St Mirren. Fuck me. Got down quick, got down very efficiently and rusted it away with a good amount of strength too. I want to spin that back out softly, otherwise there would have been a run on. But I'm in agreement with that, honestly. And it would be the kind of pick, get a couple of them out on loan, ideally. I mean, if we're sending players like Navritsky out on loan, then what the fuck would be the problem with doing it to Osmond? Oh, they're on a bit of a chase down here, that's a deflection. And St Mirren have changed up their shape and then some. I wouldn't call that. Nah, I was going to say it's got to be a throw-in, right? Oh, I know, to be fair, he does look good. He was sitting, you know, I think he was sitting beside Jota earlier on, so obviously they'll be talking about certain play styles and stuff. He'll probably just be watching how we play, I guess. And I mean, what's the kid's name again? I can't remember it off the top of my head, to be honest with you, because it's that double-barreled one. And I don't remember half of the fucking names unless they're actually like 100% here. Oh shit, St Mirren have got into the box though, hold on. Fuck. Oh, thank Christ, it was a very poor pass in the end, but that could have been dangerous as shit. I do not like that, that could have been bad. It's going to be soon fold. I think we passed 1660 in terms of subs now as well, actually. Very, very cool. Good calm touch, yeah. Start running up that side, go on Tierney. Run like the gazelle you know you can be, that's a good pass out towards Dyson. Rio. I respect it, decent. I don't really respect the fact that he's got interlocked with each other there. Maybe spread yourselves a bit easier, that could have been something. There's a long ball for St Mirren, and I'll tell you what, if he gets a good first touch here, there's a chance. Carter Vickers has to mark him. The shot, thankfully, takes a slight nick off of our American defender and just about kind of rolls into Schmeichel's hands. But again, one simple ball and it's like our entire team just opened up a little bit too easily there. So they've got to tighten that up, especially with the quick counters. But here comes Celtic in response. Negrin lays it off. Rio. Good. Dyson. Gets it to the byline. It's just a really crucial touch, although I think he's pulled a muscle there. Immediately, as soon as he went for that, you could tell he's fucked his back. He put his body on the line. Give Fraser credit there, but he's definitely tweaked something there. Like one of those like dead leg type situations where he's like, ah, shit. It's weird as fuck not starting the season with Greg Taylor anymore. Hey, I mean, all the power to him, honestly. Like I said, Taylor was a player that I had my gripes with, you know, but you never not want to wish any of them their best. But I prefer Tierney and Iwamura. That's a good headed chance. Carter Vickers, I think it was one of the two. Him or Maeda kind of just got under the knee for that when it came down. I think it was Dyson, based on the fact that it's showing him. Robinson ain't too happy so far, but again, it's not as if both sets of sides will be too happy with their performance. Like Celtic are making chances, but again, you know, we're not making any clear-cut ones. We're having to force our issue, get a lucky bounce to go away, something of the sort. But the last thing you want to do is still be kind of level towards 80 minutes. And it's a good wake-up call that we still need to be a bit more, at least creative offensively. We're doing the same things over and over again. That's why I think in the next 5 minutes we'll probably see one or two changes, just to be a bit unique and try and, you know, freshen things up a bit, catch St Mirren off guard. That's why I think, personally for me, Yamada and McCowan, get those two on. I'd say, it's awkward. Dyson, oh, unlucky big man, that was lovely. Tried his best, and that's going to be a foul because Rios went through the back of him. And of course he's going to be a diving wee bastard and stay down like he's been hot. Did he get clipped or what? It'll be hard to tell until you see this angle. I mean, it's not as if the other guy didn't just try and stud the fuck out of my Dyson, but fair enough. No, he's a diving wee prick. No fucking, that's not even a foul. That's piss poor for you, big man. No offence, mate. No offence. Going out on a stage here, but you think Iwamura could be a standout signing this season. Yeah, no, genuinely, it was one of the first things that I pointed out when I seen him for that, like, 45 minutes that 45 minutes against I think it was Cork. Genuinely looked class. And any minute I've seen from him, it's just the fact that he's not scared of going into a 50. I always admire a player that, you know, might not be physically the strongest, but does not care. They'll still throw themselves in. That's why Rio has my heart. He's a tiny wee dude, but my God, does he like getting physical? You can respect it. That's a good header away for Carter Vickers. Kind of need players like that. It's a pop-up. Should be a I was going to say it should have been a corner for them, but I think it might have came back off of a St Mirren player. Oh, well, there you go, bounces up and out. It's going to be a goal kick for us. Schmeichel extends. Calm, good. Aye, Sporting genuinely was that was probably his best. I'd say probably one of his better outings. It's just nice to know that we have two fullbacks that are both like very competitive over that position. Like, you know, if Tierney has an off day, then you've got someone that can come on that's more than capable of doing the job. Like, if you ask anyone, would you prefer Tierney and Iwamura, or would you prefer Schlupp and Taylor? It's one of those ones that's hard to answer. That's a big deflection! You're fucking kidding me! What the hell? Even the keeper's laughing. He knows he's leading a charmed life. God is on this man's side. It takes a massive deflection, somehow hits the bar, comes back off of the keeper and nearly spills into the net again. How the fuck? Twice we've hit the woodwork now. Celtic really should have a goal. Oh my God, that is so unlucky. You know it's bad when the goalkeeper is genuinely chuckling at the luck that he's getting, man. Fucking hell. That's an overpass, and we've just given the ball away for no reason. Good. Oh, well, it's a foul for St Mirren now. You fucking prick. Shut up, Robertson. Fool. Yeah. fact that came back off the post as well, man, that's stupid. Of course he takes off Ian for Forest and leaves Ira on the field, I don't know. Fucking stupid, but nonetheless, maybe there is a potential outlet for us, I'd imagine. I give my hope at the very fucking least is that we get Forest down to the byline a bit more and force crosses so that there's a justified reason to keep Ida on. But we're now heading into 60 minutes and that man's still on the pitch. If he is not off by the 65th, there's a fucking problem. What's wrong with Yamada? It doesn't look like he's unfit. He's, you know, clearly good to go. You'll be chomping at the bit to prove a point, so it makes sense to start him. Is Osman on the bench? I don't believe he is, Chief. It's Kenny and Yamada. What we saying when giving Celtic the cup games and Casper some rest? I'm fully on board with that. I've said that even last season. Celtic needs development, so give them every match that isn't crucial, basically. Even in the league. Because some league minutes is never a bad thing. We used to do it with Scott Bain a lot, so why can't we do it for Celtic? Besides, I mean, Schmeichel's in his final year or two anyway, so kind of need to stop locking him in. Well, 60 minutes have basically been and gone. Tierney's got it on the byline just within the breach of their half. Hold up touch is decent. Coming off, just lay it back. Yeah, very interesting hour. Can't say that we've played bad by any means, it's just again the final product is solely the issue. Had the woodwork 3 times I guess now apparently, it wasn't just twice. Ida's missed a big chance, a couple of real good opportunities, good saves for the keeper, like we're just not getting the end product. That's the kind of key thing. I'll come off of John in the end then, I'm not too sure. There's a goal kick for, yeah. Well, it's actually a corner, I thought it came off it. Fair enough, we have a set piece, fantastic, we can maybe do something. We Celtic aren't, well, there's still a bunch of game left to go. St Mirren can just pop forward and steal one, that's the problem. But I think that 3-0 prediction is long gone. Especially when we still have Ida on the pitch. But it just cements the point that we need a right wing. Like, definitely a right wing, because if we're bringing on Forest in 2025, problem. I love Forest, everyone knows I love Forest, but for the first game of the season, that should not be a choice you have to make. Oh, spilled though, chance, please just go for the cross in. It's spilled around still, bouncing, it might have came up off a hand, man! Every fucking hand went up there, there's a few that were shouting, but referee doesn't seem interested. Played away, Maeda's got in and got the touch in behind, still near the byline. Cross, up, awkward and going to be gathered in the end by George. Well, why see that replay back to see if it did come off his hand or not? Certainly came off of somewhere around there. Oh, it's a handball, man! Fuck off! That needs to be VAR'd. Has to be VAR'd. Brother punted it straight in his goddamn fucking hand. Ah, oh, fuck's sake. They'll probably claim that bullshit, man. It's a little silly. Unless it came off the under part, but it looks like it came off there. That's a handball by most definitions. Seen way worse given for way less. Good cut out for Maeda. Oh, beautiful. Run it. There we go. Ida, you need to do something here, big man. Do not be fucking stupid. Just passes it into thin air. Why the fuck is he on the pitch, please? Like, fucking seriously, man. You could throw a goddamn geriatric fucking dead body in the goddamn starting position. It'd probably be more effective. Come on. I love you, Ida, but you need to fucking move it. Everyone else is busting ass to win the balls back. You got Maeda cutting back and covering your fucking position while you're just standing there. You fat lazy bastard. Move back, drop in, give them something to fucking work with. Played out towards space. Here's Forrest. Has the overlap. Johnston across the face and it's spilled straight by George and he's going to go down pretending like he's been kicked in the face. Bruh, they're playing the frustrating game. The handball rule is really fucking stupid. That's all I can really say to it. I mean, it is a handball by definition. I get why they didn't give it, but it's a handball. Like, he punted it straight into the man's wrist and it kept, like, clear interference with play. Yeah, and the keeper didn't get touched by either either. He just went down claiming that he's been hot. Fair enough, I suppose. The offside rule's a bit more respect though. Who's been in the book? What? Did my head get booked there? What the fuck? Who got yellow card? I totally missed that. I don't like the fact that Tierney's walking beside a like, no, do not tell me he's injured. You better be fine, big man. No bullshit here, please. Tell me that you're just having words. Oh, you're fucking kidding me. He's coming off. I hope that he's okay. I'm guessing Scales will get pushed out to the left. And Trusty will come in to fill that role for Tierney, but that's not a good sign at all. But an extra big man at the back's only good for set pieces, so maybe we can capitalise and do something with them. That's the way I'd look at it anyway. Still no change for either though. Maybe he's just had a minor tweak in the... I'd imagine if they obviously have any of the medical stuff, speaking to him, it's probably just a cautionary thing. He was able to walk off the pitch, so that's good, but the legs made of glass, that's the problem. Nah, definitely. If we can get that, if we can get just a right winger in general, honestly, Randy, that'd be good enough. Just something that's a bit more of a variation, because if we go into this season with Yang and Forrest as our two main wingers, that is a big fucking downgrade over any of the last 5-6 seasons. Forrest was our goddamn main right wing like nearly 7-8 years ago, and he's still in our team, you know. I love him, but should not be being brought on in a game like this. St Mirren have the ball edge of the area, takes a deflection, it's out, good work for Scales. But he's already tired, man, so he's going to get run absolutely in here. And they do have big boys in the box as well. Players like a Jungam and Ron. Gogic at the back as well, likes to get physical. It's going to be John that tees up to cross this one in. Tell hell of you, mate, but your legs are like Rizzler skins. That's a good way to say it, actually. I like Olive Garden breadsticks. Ball into the box. Schmeichel really should have caught that, but he punts it away. Better safe than sorry, I suppose. Swung back in towards the danger area. Not really cleared away, but step out to Enrio, help your man. Good defence, lovely touch, beautiful for Negrin. That would go, that's what that boy does so well. Loves to get in with a challenge. Good shit, now there's a break. Here's Forrest, running basically on his own. Still going, still going, still going. Good shit, Forrest, this is what we need to see. Tries to get it into space, takes a big deflection, there's some pressure on. McGregor does well to win the ball back. Shot! Yes! Get him, big man! Who else? Give him a fucking chance for anywhere out the box. He puts it in. Callum McGregor opens the scoring. The skipper gets us started. Well in, big man. That's what we needed. 67 minutes on the clock. You could not fucking write it. Good win back, brilliant shot, that's what he does best. Brilliant effort for Forrest to get it forward, but brilliant fucking consistency for McGregor to stay with it. Gets the ball back, wins it, takes a touch to lay himself off and hits it as hard as he can. Brilliant goal. Absolutely fantastic, man. Doesn't waste any time, doesn't try and take the extra touch, just hits it as hard as he fucking can. Picks his spot. What a fucking shot that is. That has to stand. There's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. Beautifully hit. Beautifully hit. That's what we need. Oh, McGregor. Oh, let's fucking go, big man. That's what we needed. Right on cue. Oh, piss off the fucking... No. I'm sorry. No, you cannot do this. You fucking clearly didn't give the handball for the penalty before, but that comes off a higher part. You're going to try and disallow that. Fuck off, Dom. Fuck off, Robertson, you fucking stupid prick. What do you mean? What was wrong with that? It comes off the St Mirren palm first. So if anything, it's a fucking foul. It's on the sleeve length. That is absolutely fucking rigged to the highest halters, man. They get away with a clear, obvious handball in the box about 3 minutes ago, but they pull VAR back for that one. How fucking interesting. Fuck's sake, of course, man. Goal's been disallowed for some reason. It's not going to stand. That is fucking stupid. Absolutely stupid from the officials. Once again, man. One game into the season and already SFA is fucking shown exactly why VAR is pointless. Goals disallowed. Does not stand. Fucking stupid. They'll need to give a goddamn good reason, because that did not look like it was that bad. And if so, they'll need to justify why the fuck Gogic got away with a clear handball 3 minutes ago. How the fuck is the rules that stupidly complex? I fucking can't be arsed, man. The referees ruin this game so much. Fucking standing right there, you fat prick, and you still need your fucking cunts in VAR to do your job for you. Fucking pointless, man. Come on, boys. That's what we needed, though. Like, that's at least we know we can get it into the fucking net. The goalkeeper isn't totally unbeatable. But it just feels like one of those days. We've hit the fucking bar twice, the post twice. Ida, please. Good touch, please, man. Just get, for fuck's sake, plays it out space. Cross in. Not really dealt with. It's still dangerous. McGregor, that's a foul, ref. Obviously doesn't give it because he hates McGregor with a passion. I'd be surprised if McGregor doesn't drag him into the fucking tunnel and punt his head in after this game. I'd be fucking tempted to. Every time Robertson's in that, I fucking hate that referee with a passion, man. I guarantee you it's that fucking hate. Would someone check who's on VAR? Someone please check who's on VAR, because I guarantee you it's that fucking Aitken guy. It always is when it comes to handball decisions that are stupid. And if it is, I'm going to fucking lose it. Scales. Ball in. Ida. Please! Oh, I'm going to have a stroke. I'm actually going to have a stroke. I'm going to collapse and have like a heart attack. Ida, fuck off and die, son. Seriously. What the fuck is your point? You missed from there. Right, we've hit the post again. Make it 4 fucking times. Get that big fucking nose, stupid prick, the fuck off. Why are you there? How do you miss? It actually takes so much skill. It takes so much skill to be that shit. It's almost impressive. God is against us today, man. You just know there's a 95th minute fucking cheesy goal coming for St Mirren. It is just FIFA with the sliders on, man. That's what it feels like. How do you miss that? That's so bad. I've been trying my best to hold and grit my teeth every time this cunt has made a mistake, but it's too many times now. I mean, Robinson's standing there. He fucking knows that they are lucky as hell not to be about 6-0 down. How the fuck it's still level is insane. Case in fucking point, man. There's still a lot of things that we need to work on. How you doing, Crow? Nice to see you, mate. Sorry I didn't see you come in though. Cat's on VR, it feels like it a bit. Scales. Dies in. Oh my fucking god. Oh my fucking god. Oh my fucking god. Get him off the pitch. Once again, doesn't time his run right, doesn't get near the header. That's the 3rd time Maeda's put in a very good cross near that 6-yard box, and the striker's not been there. And even when he is, he fucking misses. So what's the point in starting him? Seriously. What the fuck is Rodgers doing, man? What, he doesn't get his fucking way, so he's trying to sabotage us? Fuck off the now, man. Seriously, they're going to do that shit? Oh, well, I need fucking hundreds of millions spent all the fucking time. No fucking offence! But you've got teams like Motherwell that spend less than fucking 100 grand and they make it work. This cunt's bitching for 10, 15 extra fucking million. See with the squad you've got, you prick. You should be smart enough to dig a team out here. But again, stubborn bastard doesn't change his fucking tactics. You wonder why the board don't want you fucking back, yes, because you fucking sign shit like this? It's a two-way fucking street, Rodgers, my guy. You got to fucking just take the fucking dead wood out. Especially when it's in the key position. Forrest. Laid off. Scales, you've got to get there and cross this, big man. You've got to fucking hustle now. Good ball into space. Come on. It's embarrassing that our fullbacks are doing more attacking than a fucking flank now. Rio. Lovely hold-up touch. Brilliant stuff for him. Still going. Does well. Gets it into the right space but doesn't find the right pass. It's unlucky but fair enough. At least he tried something different. Better than what we've seen so far. Come on, boys. This is better. You got to get it in, though. Played out towards that far side. Decent enough touch again. Negrin and Forrest are doing a lot of the heavy lifting down that right-hand side. It seems we've switched from left to right for their attacking lanes. Here's Dyson on that far side, though. Ball cleared out. Corner kick should be, and it is. Please get that man off the pitch. I love him as a person. I hate him as a player. Just isn't worth the fucking... isn't worth the pain of watching this. Negrin, decent cross in here. Come on, Benji. That's all we need. Just get it high, get it towards the back stick. Do not go near post. It was neither or. It was just kind of in the middle. Got to change the tactics up, man. Just get some fucking fresh faces on. Got your Mada, you got McCowan. Just fucking put some youth that actually gives a fuck about the fucking club. The Negrin's legs are a bit tired, so McCowan might be a shout for there, and we just need to get Yamada. Even fucking Kenny, I'd take either of them. But I feel so bad for McGregor because he has not put a foot wrong the day, man, and he's just got cheesed for no reason. We've had a goal disallowed for vibes, I suppose. A penalty just to completely miss, like not even VAR. So yeah, it just feels very scummy on all fronts. Ball into box. Either for some reason runs away from the ball. I guess that makes sense. We still have it dangerous. That's could still work. Please get it into space. Ball across, big deflection, and it's going to be out for another corner kick. Again, sustained pressure from the Celts, but the end product ain't there, man. Can I please see some changes? We need something, man. Rodgers last season, he doesn't give a fuck. I would have Knutson on the blower sitting in the background ready to take the reins. Why the hell would he? I mean, this is the thing about, like, I mean, Knutson's at a better club technically on paper, right? He's got a team that was literally in the semi-finals of the Europa League last year. He's comfortable where he is, and there'll be other teams that will probably offer much more for him. So I just don't get why the fuck Ida was even started this game. I said it from like before we even kicked off. It's just been cemented as to why. Why buy 2-3 extra strikers if you don't plan on fucking using them? Then bitch about how you don't have enough options. Like, fuck off. Maybe stop wasting your money on strikers that don't fucking actually do anything, and maybe buy players that actually make sense. You know, like Balagwisha, you know, someone that actually looks good and would be a clear addition to the team. But no, because he costs a few extra million, the board fucking stop and stutter. Rodgers wants to blame the board wants to blame Rodgers. The fucking problem's the entire club. Thank Christ, man, there we go. It's not going to be Yamada, which is a bit of a shame, but it's going to be Kenny, and honestly, that'll fucking do. Genuine asshole performance for Ida, man. He should not ever be allowed to grace that pitch again. And Giles is on for Rio, which is a bit of a surprise, but then again, I'm not too mad at that. It should have probably been Bernardo, but McCowan is on for Negrin, so hopefully we get it done. Just any form of goal would do at this point. It's getting a fucking bit annoying now, I'll be honest. It's the Irish preference again, he's done it the last time. Aye. Well, I mean, I have a bit more faith in... Well, a bit more faith in Kenny to score. And obviously, I mean, I think Negrin's legs were just a wee bit tired, so having someone like McCowan who can actually score for range too, we're going to go full counter-attacking. But they've gone for some changes of their own. Mandrone, Richardson and Adowe are off. Smith, Mooney and Sobawale. Or Sobawale. I'm not too sure how it's pronounced, I'll be fully honest. I'll just call him Sobo. But they're going for attacking changes. That's the thing. St Mirren have actually gone with advanced changes. So Oh, fuck off, I knew it, Jane. Thank you for telling me. Greg, I knew it was Aitken, man. I fucking hate that guy. Anytime he's on VAR, it's guaranteed to be the wrong decision. Yeah. Usually squeak at 1-0 Camden. Aye, maybe, but who knows. St Mirren actually have a shot here. Fuck off, get it away, get it away, get it away. Yep, good. Good. Do not jinx us, do not jinx us, Gorgas, please. As soon as you said that, St Mirren had their best chance of the game by a fucking mile. It's amazing that he did not at least get that past the defender. Jesus Christ. Oh, I mean, every team's going to get it this season. We just happen to get it more often than most teams, but it's just annoying because it's like, where's the consistency? Like, that handball that Gogic had inside the box was basically the fucking exact same spot, and the referee was like, no, hit the sleeve, hit the sleeve. But when McGregor scores by doing it, it's all of a sudden, aye, there's a handball now. When it doesn't give us an advantage, it's stupid as fuck. Ball into the box, Forrest across! Kenny! Please tell me you did not get a touch on that. Please tell me that was a St Mirren touch. Oh, thank fucking Christ. I thought Kenny had missed a sitter, man. That would have been worse than all of I just put together. It got through the legs of King. That's why I was so confused. Jesus Christ. Corner kick. 10 minutes left to play. Whatever's left of additional time. Please, that is a poor corner. I don't even need to say anything else. It was just a shit corner. Simple as. Oh, I'm gonna have a stroke. I'm gonna collapse of grief and annoyance. And gels, there we go. Beautiful. Cross deflected, still dangerous. I like the fact that we hung off the edge of there just in case. Maeda's hassling, so's Kenny. That's good. Hold up touch is nice. Scales has to take his man on. Takes 2 men on. Good stuff, big fella. One of the few Irishmen that I can actually have respect for this game. He's been fucking top notch. Give Scales his credit. Probably the best player in the park for us, at least from a defensive standpoint. Ball into the box is dangerous. Cleared away, flicked on by a younger, and eventually put back in the end. He's actually needing the 1-0 here. He got a bet on, I'm guessing. We've all been there. Oh, we could have had about 3 or 4, man. That's the annoying part of the woodwork. If it was just like a couple of centimetres thinner. That's good for Forrest. Still dangerous. Still dangerous. Still dangerous. Please. Deflected and it's gone over for yet another corner kick, man. We are making chances, but no taking them. Another opportunity for us to get something in, man. Slow crap again, nothing has changed. Aye, just be on pitch to a million for this shit, feels like it. I've tried to be his biggest advocate, but my god, it's getting harder every single match. Ball, into box, dangerous, takes a bounce around, it's not cleared away, and eventually is by St Mirren in the end, but could have bobbled in our favour. Only got a few minutes left in this. One ball switched into the box. Dyson's there. The layback was clever, but no one really there on overlap. That's the kind of shame about it. Sent forward. St Mirren might try and break themselves, and that is just a way over hit. Knock-on touch from, I think, Mendron that. Oh, not Mendron, sorry, Ayunga. I'm fucking mixed up the numbers. Norwich must be laughing at us. Man, I don't even think they're paying attention. They just left us to it, essentially. Shot us in the head, went, you're left with that. And then walked away as we bled out, kind of thing. Still time though, 7 minutes. We've been making chances every few minutes, so there's at least 1 or 2 to come for the rest of this game, I'd imagine. But very frustrating, it's got to be said, honestly. Because the first half it was just down to staleness, but the second half we should have had at least 3 or 4, man. It's fucking dumb. You give credit to St Mirren's goalkeeper though. Like the rest of them you can, you know, pick and choose little bits here and there, but their goalkeeper has genuinely been fantastic this game. Some really good saves. Ball into space, deflection. What do you think the answer and end result is? It's another corner. I think we've had more corners than fucking shots. It's a no at this point. Fucking agreed though. It's the exact same way I look at Hart. Can't fault the guy's passion, but fucking hell. The skills don't really match ball. Dangerous across. It takes another big bounce. I think it's not offside. How the fuck is that offside? I'm a little confused by that. Maybe someone inside the box, or maybe in Giles's run. That's showing St Mirren's literal only chance of this entire half as well. Well, time's running out, boys. Get your fingers at your holes and score some goals. That'd be lovely. So fucking annoying, because McGregor's goal was genuinely beautiful. It was on the 67th minute. Scored by our skipper. It was perfect. Picture book stuff. Then the SFA had to come around and shit on it, man. Thanks, lads. Very cool. Nice. Run it. Got to get the touch under control. Does eventually. Forrest has to step inside here. Gets it into space. Big deflection. Does keep it under control though. Give him credit there. That's a lovely rebound touch. Scales. Lizarth dies and will have to chase it. He's been kind of clipped there, but nothing really wrong with it, to be honest with you. It looks like the player kind of won the ball felt. We'll just let it go out of play. Trust it. Cross the Carter Vickers. McGregor. Time is running out thick and fucking fast. We need something here. Of any kind. Scales towards McGregor, calm enough, good overlapping touch, get it out to space, here we go. A lot of bodies in the box. Forrest again cuts in, out to space, and it's a good interceptive touch for St Mirren. Again, gave him credit. Good pass back into space for trusty Scales. Overlapping cross, it's dangerous still, and he's gone for a wild volley. Forrest, mate, no, come on, I don't want to give you shit for missing a good chance too. Oh, he should have done so much better. I respect that he tried to take it on the volley, but you had time there, big man. This is as big as a wake-up call, not just to the fucking players on that park and Rogers, but the board too. There is still a lot of systematic shit that needs to be figured out, man. This has been fucking wildly bad. Just really disappointing, because we should have won the game. There's no way that we fucking shouldn't have like even dropped any points at all. Well, at least be a few minutes added time, I'd imagine, for the checks and stuff though. But Celtic had basically gone for a full court press, looking for anything. Here we go. Played out any space. Yes. Oh. Yes! 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 Please tell me it stands! Please tell me it stands! McCowan, you beautiful fucking bastard! Thank you, man! Please tell me it stands! I need to wait to see, because unless there's a bobble off or something... This is why I fucking hate VAR, because I want to scream, but I can't celebrate until I see it back. Did it bounce off anything that it shouldn't have? Please. Yes! Yes! Fucking late 1-0! Oh, thank you Christ, we deserved that, man. That is the fucking minimum. Look, McCowan, you beautiful bastard. Oh. Yes, it was just for that little push on the fill and the build-up. I was just wondering in case they were going to try and fucking VAR that shit. It stands, we're good. We're more than fine. It's, oh, yes, 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 yes. Do not concede now. If you concede now, I will fucking kill myself. Good shit, there we go. Oh my god. Look what happens when you take off a tired guy and put on someone with legs. We score. Learn that for next time, Rogers, man. Fucking hell. Well, that's going to add an extra minute to additional time, at least 4 or 5 minimum now. It's a real yes, it stands. Sick. Fucking thank Christ for that. It's just that wee bobble. I was pure concerned in case it like came up off of something that it shouldn't because of the reverse angle. But as soon as I seen it came off his knee, I was fine. I was like, okay, we're good. Yellow card's been brandished. 28-0 still on. Just a goal every 2 seconds. Oh, brilliant challenge for Angels there in fairness. See what happens when either isn't on. I know, we pick up form immediately and start scoring. Super proud of that though. Told you, McCowan's like the exact type of player that we need for that situation. So fucking, like, genuinely, it's just that bit of relief. That is all I care about right now, man. I'm calm, I'm composed, I don't feel as stressed or anxiety riddled. Life is good. But it's still not done. That's the fucking problem. And it is very much Celtic territory to do something stupid like concede very late for no reason, so I just need to wait. Oh. Well, either way, a mix scored. McGregor had his steal. So McCowan just had to get his. Good stuff. Whacking wheels all around, I imagine. Oh, why do you have to have the same name as me? That's disappointing. Shite, but still good enough to be above. As indeed. What, about 4.5 minutes left of the 5. Looks like there may be some second changes for St Mirren to come on as well. I guess they're just going to go full court press and try and get something out of this themselves. Can't say it's been a bad half for St Mirren, honestly. They've just had to be put under a lot of pressure. That King fella's gone off and it's a bike steal. What a name. Powerful last name. Dangerous. Break forward, could have gone somewhere there, but didn't exactly fall where we needed it to. That's a dangerous throw in for St Mirren just outside their own half. Could have got 9 McCowans for the price of either. I know when you say it like that, you realise how bad that actually is. Like, damn, holy shit, yeah, that is true. Nah, I've always loved McCowan, man. Solid, solid player. So I think him and Nygren will actually be a really good power combo when they actually get minutes on the pitch together. Their styles are like perfectly complementary. But it made sense obviously just to switch both the midfielders out. In this situation Nygren was tired and obviously Rio had ran himself into the ground. Don't think Paddy Power will be convinced by this show. I don't think they'll be wanting to fucking even process this game. They'll just be like, aye, it happened. Aye, we won. That was about it. It's probably one of the worst like Flag Day performances in terms of like how frustrating the game was as a whole, because I still want to know what the fuck VAR is all about, of like, especially with the handball rule, because how we didn't get a penalty but then the same exact spot of the arm disallows one of our goals at the same time. It's just like, where's the consistency in that? I'd like a bit of clarification. But again, I stick by what I said with St Mirren. The goalkeeper, genuinely tip your hat to him. That George fella genuinely has a good season ahead of him if he keeps putting in performances like that 100%. Now, he's done it a few times actually, McCowan coming on and actually just being able to change the game for the better. There's also, I don't even need to say, we all know, he's not particularly had a great game, we'll say that much. St Mirren players will try to get pissed off for no reason, that's funny, Chief. Well, for those that are new here, there is a tradition that we do. You know, those that have been here long enough know exactly what's going to happen. If we win any match, regardless, we do a very loud yas, so you can stick around for that if you want. It's kind of become a staple. It's always good to have, if we can get across the line, but there's still about a minute and 30 seconds left as of now. Oh! Make it 2! Kill it! How have you missed? You really should have done better there. I'm not going to be pissed off because we are winning, so it's not as annoying. But Maeda really should have made that 2. I think we've missed about 6 sitters this game. Genuinely, at least 2 for Ida. Maeda there, the headed chance, the 2 off the post, the 1 off the bar for Rio. Yeah, there's at least 6 fucking chances that we should have put in. God damn. It's going to be a corner kick set piece to come up here. This will be probably one of the last ones of the game. I hope, yeah, corner flag it, good shit in jails. We'll love to see it. Oh, and it bobbled perfectly as well. Good stuff. Just burn the time off the clock now. Do it with St Mirren. We're planning to do it also. We left it late, but we got the job done. Probably just bigger. Chances are she'll either be at the game or just watching it somewhere else, I'd imagine. Oh, Scales, there we go. Ball into the box. That was... Was that a header? That was actually kind of clean to be... He should have left it. He could have let it run through for Kenny, but I respect he tried. We've got about 16 seconds left. Thankfully. Got to make a compilation of all the yeses. When I kind of stop doing this, that's probably what I'll do as a sender video. Just get like all of them compiled, like all my shots or whatever. But as soon as this ball gets punted, whenever he decides to allow it to continue, we should have blown the whistle. We're quite comfortably past now. 30 seconds past the 95th, so I guess added time within added time. Probably for those extra substitute changes. Decent enough, decent enough. Schmeichel gathers it there, it's the full-time whistle. Good fucking shit, boys. Took us a while to get going, but the important thing is that the engine turned on pretty much when it needed to, like a horror film. You know what I mean? Where you get in a car and you're trying to turn the keys and it's, you know, the ignition isn't starting, and as soon as the murderer's at your fucking door, you're like, oh, off we go. That was us in a nutshell today. God fucking damn it, we done it. Sitting here rough as fuck. Oh, I feel that, bro. Just cured me, that's we'll love to see it, we'll love to see it. I hope you're in good health and spirits, Caleb. Right, you know the drill. For those that are here, loud screamy time, you know the drill. Loud yes incoming. So, lower, I would say that actually lower your volume, you will actually get your ears blown out like a fucking makeshift. Oh, it's going to be bad. Especially because it's a good one. Because we're now already 2 points ahead of our rivals. It only took us one game that we weren't even that fucking good in. So, for the victory, for the win, and for fucking Luke McCowan, the beautiful bastard that he is. I love him. Fucking yes! Yes, sir! Fuck you, St Mirren! Piss off him! Back to Paisley, you pricks! I mean, I don't actually have anything against St Mirren, I will say, but that's what they get for being fucking boring. Boring ass team. 2 shots on target the whole fucking match, and one of them was for like 60 yards. Oh, get McCowan a cheeky Nando's. Buy him just a whole restaurant. That's what I say. Make a whole chain after him. Instead of McDonald's, it's now going to be named McCowan's. Oh, good shit. Good shit. Even Scott Brown's like, thank Christ. Scott Brown's basically just like, ah, oh, right, we won it, we did what we needed to do. Berlin, we'd love to see it, man. Oh, right, let's do the last thing that we need to do. We'll take a wee look at the table. So we're still, you know, in good position. The Aberdeen and Hearts play later on. So, second isn't guaranteed right now, but it's not as if it's a problem. 3 points is 3 points. Rogers is speaking with Rio now. Absolutely had to take advantage of the Rangers result. I think that's probably what made the game so frustrating, is like the longer that it ticked on, more and more people were like, is this just going to be exactly like it is every other time? Because it happened last season, like remember right before we played like Aberdeen, we played Aberdeen and drew with them, and then they were like Lamal, and then they immediately like lost. Like that was the fear. Like we weren't ever going to be bad enough to lose this game, but fuck me, there was just so many weird scenarios at play. Obviously, like I said, the multiple woodwork kits, the disallowed goal through the VAR, the penalty that probably should have been given, but I guess they just didn't have a reason or need to check it. Like, there was a few things where like maybe they could have fixed that, changed it up, man, but I cannot fault it at all. We got what we needed done. Thank Christ for Luke McCowan, man. What a boy. Love him to death. Probably the best mill we've ever spent, I'll be honest with you, man. No, at least he gives the new boys a taste. But Yamada needs to start the next match, with all due respect, man. If it's not Kenny or Yamada, then what the fuck is the point, realistically? Is that what you classify as a chill one? Give you credit where it's due. Nah, just be careful with it, my guy. Balance it out with enough water and some good food. Make sure you get a good meal before you go out with anything, my guy. It's the minimum you can do. Well, quite happy with that, to be honest. I mean, like I said, it could have been a lot worse. I mean, yeah, that's about what you would expect. 23% of the ball for St Mirren, and I just realised that. Jesus Christ. I didn't feel like they were that bad possession-wise. I mean, it wasn't that bad of a game for St Mirren. Like I said, their goalkeeper was fantastic. Their defence at times was very, very good. That King, very good centre-back. He's definitely got a lot of good credibility to him. Same with that Gogic as well, of course, because somehow he can handle the ball and get away with it. That's fantastic skill. But cannot complain at all. There's only one game left of the opening weekend, and of course everyone knows that's the one that's up in Tynecastle. So hopefully that game ends as a draw, and it just makes the opening day of the season hilarious, because that means only 2 teams would have won. The best mill since the Little Millions, exactly. Best mill since the ones that used to make your wheat. Blood pressure returning slowly to normal, I know, man. Let's calm myself down now. Everything's a bit more relaxed, I suppose. Ugh, hold on, I'll just do what I need to do here quickly. Sorry about this. That was probably boring just watching me sit here and like sort all this out. Just seeing what the next result. I need to pull that up because let me do that now, because I will be dumb enough and forget. I'm not too sure if I'll be covering this game. I'll kind of let you know on the community tab a little bit more ahead of time. Obviously circumstances and stuff like that. But that's the next time we play, and it is against Aberdeen. It's a very, very important match, to be honest with you. You just burn out your body on the vape with the stress. I know, I try my best not to fucking like smoke like on stream, but sometimes like the stress just gets you, like you just need a draw, you're like fuck, man. Absolutely mad. Right, well, I guess we'll just run this off. If you got any questions that you want to kind of throw in before we wrap things up, you're more than welcome to do so. We've got about 5-10 minutes before we bail out. I'm going to get myself some food, get myself some scran. I think probably make something like French toast, just something just simple, I guess. Can't be arsed making anything fancy. Had a banging curry last night, I'll say that much. But if you're just departing off for the night, then thank you for joining us for the stream. Like I said, you can join us again potentially on the 10th. If not, then it'll probably be one of the Champions League qualifier games after that. I'm pretty sure. Let me just take a gander at when that is. Yeah, I guess we still need to wait on that to be drawn, because that will happen afterwards, right? So, I want to cover it'll be a toss-up, right? Because I'll have to choose between. What would you prefer, actually? I'll just ask anyone that's still in here. Would you prefer the second round game between Celtic and Falkirk, or would you prefer me cover, like, the Aberdeen and Celtic one? I think the Aberdeen and Celtic one makes sense. Right, I feel like that would be the one that kind of goes on. Not a problem at all, Dan. Absolute pleasure to have you in here, Chief. It's been a pleasure to provide. What's your thoughts on the porn bun? Are you talking about the social, like, online act? Trust me, I got hit with it too, man. It's so fucking dumb. Like, because I swear on stream, there's some cases where people will genuinely, like, go onto YouTube and they'll have to, like, verify just to watch things like me, which is insane. Because what the hell is... I don't like it. Aberdeen and so, yeah, honestly, I think that might be the one to go for. So, yeah, I'll try my best. I might cover as many games as I can, like, if I have time over the course of the month, of course. But, yeah, I'll try and focus predominantly. It's just because the Celtic and Livingston one's going to be kind of boring. And obviously, like, the Rangers and Celtic one's a lock, and that game will get covered, you know, in a long time. It's just because Falkirk, I've not seen them in a while, and they're a good wee side, honestly, so it'd be a nice wee vibe. I'll go back to this, you know, 80s and 90s, man, just magazines and shit. That's probably why, right? They'll probably put like a fucking magazine tax now, and well, if you buy a magazine you need to pay like a, you know, 50% tax on it, so they can rinse us out to get more fucking money. There's a reason why a lot of people my age are leaving the country. They do not like it for obvious reasons, and yeah, definitely one of them will say that for fucking free. So I feel bad for people like my brother and stuff, because he's trapped, genuinely. I hope he gets out. I think everyone wants to in some aspect, you know what I mean? It is bad here right now, but yeah, at least our team's performing right. Everything else might be crumbling to shit, but at least our club's doing alright, you know, half decent. I know, they're already trying to push through a bill to disable it, which would fuck me up for my streams and stuff, because it means, like, there will be certain games that I won't be able to cover full stop, because I usually use a VPN to, like, change my location so that, you know, Celtic TV games that you can't see inside the UK and Ireland, I can just put my, like, you know, to America or whatever else, and I can watch it that way. I won't be able to do that anymore, which means, you know, if you stream Celtic games for a fucking part-time thing that you do, well, yeah, it's going to be a bit difficult if you can't find a fucking feed, because it'll be impossible. It's stupid as hell, I'll say that much, but yeah, British government for you. Fucking Orwellian as hell. Can't fault it, but yeah, there's probably going to be a civil war that breaks out at some point. I wouldn't be too surprised, to be fully honest. Steady on, Caleb, steady on. I'll be just kind of enjoying my night, doing the necessary things. Wee smoking's never a bad thing. Your pals think it's a speed. What does that even mean? Well, is it just because I'm a skinny cunt? Is that what it is? I guess that makes sense, honestly. But nah, I don't know. I've insider tip, because I do not like talking about it that much. I think I've mentioned it once before, but I am not that sexually active at all. Not, you know, because I'm weird or anything. I do have a partner. It's just long distance. So yeah, that's kind of how it goes. I don't know. I've had to pick one, probably mate in Bristol. Fuck, who cares at the end of it all? You know what I mean? You need a VPN for Netflix US, Jesus, tell me about it. That one, if you want to watch, like, literally any form of fucking anime whatsoever, it's stupid. Nah. Who knows? Samaras with a 20-pack of Lambo. Samaras if he was like Scottish and completely and utterly derailed, man. Like Samaras if he didn't get into Celtic and ended up at fucking, like, you know, Firhill instead. That's the way I'd look at it, man. No, I mean, I love it when people crack jokes. I've been called everything for like Bobby Sands and all that shit just because of the long hair. I'm like, that's amazing. People are really good with their jokes. I like that one. I'll keep that for later. But yeah, I think that's all that there is to pretty much cover. I'm quite happy with that. Did what we needed to do. Got the points on the board. Calm enough as it is. Like I said, we should probably, if it's not the Falkirk one, I might cover them both. Who knows, honestly. I'll just see what I'm doing for time. But definitely, I'll try and at least do this one then. On the 10th of August, that will be next week. So you're more than welcome to join us. It's an earlier kick-off, about 15 minutes. Frank Gallagher. Oh, aye, I've had that one to 30. Aye, honestly. It's just anyone with a long hair. I've been called that cunt out of fucking Madagascar. You know, that one that, what is it, escaped to Africa, whatever it was. Like, the one that has the cane. I've been called that. I've been called like a young Eric Clapton. All that. Like, it's genuinely, some of the creative liberties people take are insane. But yeah, hold on, I'll pull up the outro music and we'll get ready to wrap this schnizzle up for now. I'll let you go and enjoy the rest of your nights. That's the one. The lead singer a wizard? Oh my god. Seth Rollins. Now that's actually I'd take that. That's actually a compliment, man. Seth Rollins is he's a good ass wrestler. That's clean as fuck, man. I love that. Fantastic. Right, let's get ready to wrap this up. So, thank you for watching. Thank you for coming along. If you've been here for the whole stream or just a little bit of it, appreciated nonetheless. Anyone that's liked, subscribed. I haven't even checked how many subscribers we had. I should actually do that before we wrap up very quickly because I want to kind of shout out anyone that has, obviously, you know, subscribed to us individually and all that good jazz. But like I said, you can join us next week. If you would like to. I'm just waiting for this to load so I can confirm. Thank you for being so slow, that's very cool. You're not ruining my time at all. But nonetheless, oh, enough. I actually gained about 8 or 9 today. So to everyone that has joined us, thank you so much for doing so. And yeah, I think that basically covers everything that we need to cover. To all the new boys, welcome, and hopefully you stick around for the next one. That'd be very much appreciated. Let's just pull this up. John Hart, now that's a good one, Jock. Fuck me, man. I think my granddad used that term before. That's solid as fuck. I like that a lot. Hell yeah. Right. Well, now that we've covered all the things that I potentially look like, I think we're going to wrap it up there. So thank you for joining us. We got the job done. That's all that fucking matters at the end of the day. Celtic win 1-0 very late on. Luke McCowan masterclass. We love to see it. But there's definitely some strengthening still need to be done. But the main thing, the most important thing, is that we picked up the 3 points, and above all else, Celtic are still the best goddamn team on earth. You know the drill. Catch yous after, boys. Hopefully it's a good one. Hopefully you've enjoyed yourself, and hopefully I'll see yous again next time, as you do. Thank you for joining us, and cheers for keeping an eye on things as always, Chateau. Appreciate you, big man. You love to see it. Hopefully I'll catch yous at some point. You can join the Discord down in the description as well, if you would like to as well, of course. But that is everything I think that needs to be covered. So, until next time, Celtic are still the best goddamn team on planet motherfucking Earth. See you then. Until then, hail hail and have a good one. Catch yous after. Bye. Take it easy. See yous then. Bye, boys. Yes.